Morning, folks. How are we doing? Back here again with Boogie. Surprised, there's a lot of you to say hello to. There's a lot of you apparently showing up here early. It's a Silk, Melancholy, Travis, Lance Corporal, Irishman, Travis again, I guess, Kim, Eggpun, Andrew, Ozzy, Fireproof, Wings of Misogyny, Original Thinker, Hoofnoof, Little Bubs, Taylor, Sunlight, Rince, Argocan, Jesus Christ, I think I've got everyone. I think I'll just repeat Lisa Bear, Sergeant Snazzy, I think I'm gonna repeat you, but I don't know. Annie Antics, yeah, I think it's probably it. Yamoya, Sally, a guitar player, yeah, we don't know what we'll go with that. Bend over, hello everyone, hello. Jesus Christ, there's a lot of you waiting this time. How are we all doing, guys? You all having a good time? So, I asked yesterday if you guys wanted to see us do the next episode of LolCowLive. People came out and said yes, they did. So, fantastic. Why not? I thought we'll get together. Too busy yesterday to do it, and thought why not? You know, for the people who are really eager to watch it, they can go ahead and watch it. And I know some people who'll watch it and then they'll come back and they'll watch it here as well. So I thought why not? We'll just do it like that. So yes. Few things I want to talk about first. Lance Corporal, how's the video going? The video is going interestingly so far. That is one thing I would like to cover in just a moment. I want to cover one thing quickly first, because if anyone remembers the deep lore of the potato, the deep lore of the potato is that originally I was going to do a video on flamenco. This is like months ago now. Originally I was going to talk about flamenco. Of course he popped up in the news again because he just always does, because he's just randomly like whining with Tommy Sue. So he's in there in his Discord posting and whining about Tommy C, like he usually does. I had joked like reset the clock, because apparently his like moderators had like a clock for like it to go as long as possible before people would before he would like react to like commentary people. So he obviously gets called out, mocked, everything like that. He's just acting like a massive bitch. But the one thing I want to draw attention to is because if you go down here, I obviously decided to comment on it. So we'll have a look at my replies. Because I decided to have a comment on it. Because I saw on Spur and decided to go and see what else he's up to. First post is him retweeting he's unhappy with age standards and cartoon girls. Dude, literally kind of tune. Every single time I've ever seen flamenco in the news, the first thing I do is I just click on his profile, scroll down, and the first thing he is always talking about is like age of women in anime and if it's okay or not to bang them. Every single time. he's irrelevant to discuss yet, but I'm just saying, it's just so funny. Every single time. And Tommy had been shitting on him because he goes like, there's no point even addressing flamenco, because he won't, just will not address what you talked about. So like he said here, it's so funny because he never addresses anything you say or post. He just talks about anything, well, lol. He does this IRL too. Normal person, I think it's going to rain today. Flam, the township is going to have to do something about all these Asian fishing out ponds. They're killing all the people. Normal person, question mark. Yeah. So, and I got to experience that firsthand, because I randomly just decided to post this, because it's just funny, just go and see that this is just what he's doing here. And then, immediately, his first response is, you people defend Zaptai. So I obviously quoted, so, hey guys, Flamenco's talking about underage anime girls again. You guys defend Zaptai. Who the fuck is that? I have no idea who Zaptai is. Ask Tommy. You people defend Zaptai. Bro, you're the one saying it and saying I'm doing it. Why are you so shit at this? Like I said, ask Tommy about it. It's exactly what Tommy just said. You literally can't ask him to have a point, because he would just immediately just like talk about something else. So yeah, terrible, absolutely terrible. Sorry guys, I just want to quickly cover that because it was just so stupid. Yes, so I have no idea who the Zaptai guy is, but I saw it and he was just being such an idiot again. I was like, God's sake. Why every single time I hear about him, the first thing I click on, it is always something about age of consent, height of consent, like fucking breast size of consent. He was sitting making lists and stuff like that last time I looked at him. I was like, bro, what the hell are we doing? Griff, thank you very much. Honey, wake up, potatoes streaming, the most important part of the day. God, there's a lot of potatoes in chat. There is a lot of potatoes in chat. Hello to everyone. I'm seeing everyone throwing their spuds in chat. I do appreciate that. Thank you. As an Irishman, I do appreciate a good spud. Zaptai is a commentary YouTuber from years ago who quit YouTube after getting pedo allegations. Okay. So, flamenco then, I guess. He's the same guy as flamenco, I guess. So Elder was always mixed up with Turkey Tom. Years ago, two twinks commentating on lolcows and trying to be edgy. How unlike like the internet a couple of years ago. It's so unusual that it's like that. Yeah, no, that's the thing. It was just exactly what Tommy C said, and it's what I had always, because I remember going through and watching a whole bunch of stuff to do with the flamenco video, and I was just at the point where I was just like, you know what? He is too pathetic to even talk about. Everyone's talked about his most obvious dramas before, like people who actually know him. So I was like, what's the point of me adding anything to it? Because it is just so fucking cringe. Zatai was an early comedy YouTuber, a podcast he was on called Hot Wet Soup. Never even heard of that. Used to actually compete with Baited back in the day. Okay, I've only ever seen like one episode of Baited, and I think it was the episode with Boogie. I watched it a wee while ago, back when I was doing his podcast, and there wasn't a lot in the Boogie Baited podcast from what I remember, but never even heard of the other one. Like I said, I've never even heard of the Zaptai one. It's just like when you call out Flamenco for talking about like underage anime girls like daily on his thing. He's like, "Will you defend Zaptai?" It's like, bro, I don't even know who the fuck that is. Don't even stop trying to deflect, you fucking weirdo. But yes, someone else mentioned. Oh, there you go. Guitar. Hello, Potato. Would you consider doing a Cyrex video? I've talked about Cyrex before, and we did a reaction to a couple of his videos on live stream like ages ago. I think they're like probably in the lost live streams. Probably not. I think Cyrex is very repetitive from what I've seen. He's very repetitive from what I've seen. The trolling off and the music about Marty stuff I don't find particularly funny. And also, I've said before, he is like very low-hanging fruit, I feel, where he is like, he's very clearly mentally not there. Like, I realize like he's like a PDF file, so I don't like him, I don't care about him in any way. But it feels like low-hanging fruit, but I might, if there's ever a time where I suddenly go like, you know what, I might just do like a general overview of him. Marshall Mathers is the fourth bit. God's sake, I forgot about that guy. I remember he quit the internet a while ago, and I thought, oh, I don't know what that gives me a chance. Maybe like try and catch up to his videos because he's quit the internet now, and then he came back like a month later. he never stays quit for long. He's kind of like Flamenco. He comes back fucking constantly. Do you hope for a Boogie comeback, or do you think that he has constant cycle of realization and never doing anything about it? Lee, I think you're probably right with the constant cycle. It's like it's what I said back when he did the begging video. I said when he did the begging video, Boogie is going to get a dopamine high because he's got his a spike in his video views, and then he's not really going to change. It's like when you look at his Twitch. He was like starting to like nearly Twitch stream like every day, every other day. That's rapidly dropped off. And I went and had a look at his most recent one, because generally when his Twitch streams come out, I generally just like quickly download them in case I want to like talk about them in the future. And his most recent one, he is back talking about the job interview from the documentary. Again, this is like what, the fifth, sixth time he sat and talked about that fucking job interview, and I saw that and I was like, oh god, he's spiraling again. His view count has already massively fallen off. I think it's funny that him baiting the documentary is getting less views now than his like video game content. So maybe he'll like realize and start doing more video game content. But video game content is harder to do than his just sit there and boohoo pity me kind of videos he likes to make. So I don't really know. It'll drop off. I do find suspicious that certain things only seem to happen around the time. I've just realized, am I not getting my notifications? Sorry, I'm sorry, my thing must be broken tonight for the side of Chesto and stuff like that. Griff, thank you very much again for the super chat. When it's strange, Boogie's new insult for critics is weaponized autism. Then thought he's off and on autistic according to him. Yeah, he's used that one before. I'm pretty sure he used that one before. It's that's an old claim about 4chan. Boogie, yeah, likes to play the, oh yeah, I used to be at 4chan back in the day, used to be on the B-board saying the most awful, heinous shit. That stuff, so, like, the weaponized autism is kind of like a 4chan, like, Kiwi Farms kind of term. Genuine people, did the, what was it, Shia LaBeouf did the hidden flag thing. He will not divide us, or whatever it was, that he hid his flag and people found it. People claim that was weaponized autism. So there's one thing I want to talk about here very quickly. We got a decent number of people in here now, so I thought I'd talk about it quickly. And it's odd. So I've been sitting there, and I go back through every once in a while, and I watch some Boogie videos, you know, because, you know, I want to get some information for, like, the video I'm doing or something like that. And I went through, and I'd never seen this before. And I hadn't seen most of his stuff with his, like, you know, girlfriend. So I thought, why not? I'll watch a couple of these videos. And I was like, oh, God, he's back at Ripley's Believe It or Not, the biggest and best of Gatlinburg. And I decided to watch that, and I will play you something from it here. One second, just while I get my OBS up here. Hopefully it's not too loud.
And keep you underwater until you are breathing your last breath. Now, the last time you opened one of these trunks, it did not turn out well for you. But this one will be better. This will be better. You should try this one. Let's see what happens. You bet. Oh, better let her out. Alone. Look at the details. Live cargo, open immediately. I have a friend with me. You need to open this. Let's see what's in here.
I don't want to.
You can do it. Let's see what's in there. Oh, it's definitely live cargo.
Okay, so played those two clips for you back to back. You guys are probably a wee bit confused. This is the second clip. How weird and unusual is that? Because obviously, like I was talking about, just the first clip. Okay, so obviously in the clip there, the first clip was from the biggest and best of Gallingberg from 1 month ago. That was posted on the 12th of October there last month. So he was sitting saying, "Oh, open that crate. Oh, I know you didn't have a good experience with it last time." So that happened. I was sitting there going like, "That's weird. I remember that crate. That's weird. I remember that thing with the crate because I had specifically made a video about it because I remember actually talking about it. I was like, well, that must have been a little bit of a time ago. It was. We still. Where are we doing here? What are we doing here? Here you go. The fattest man alive. Fattest man alive, which was posted on the 26th of October, 2022. So, kind of weird. That's kind of weird. I thought he didn't contact, I thought him and Des didn't start talking until November 2022. Hello, guys. So, yeah, that's a bit weird. So, the only other time I could find any form of that crate thing being referenced or anything along those lines where there seems to be any kind of connection with him mentioning it there in the one from last month was the one from October 2022, which is from a month before he claims he actually made any form of contact, Your boy on the farms came to the same conclusion. That's because, I may have mentioned it to him. That's kind of what I'm feeling here. Especially because, like I said, I've been getting ready for this this video on the documentary. So, of course, I watched a couple of old clips that I have floating around and stuff like that because I wanted to talk about his general relationship with women and stuff like that. And I was going, it's weird, because I remember around about this time, he was gloating about going on a booty call. And I was like, that's really weird. He's going to go on a booty call when he's broke, because I remember that was not long after he's broke, and I thought that was very bizarre of him. So, that's so weird. That's so weird. So, then he decided he'd go for a booty call. And he said, the next video I do is me going for a booty call. The next video is going in deep in the Ozarks' fantastic caverns. This was a video, he said, when I next go traveling, I will be going on a booty call. Would you like to know what state this is in? This is in Missouri, which is the same state Des 2 came from. So, yeah, I think he's more than likely been lying about his timeline with meeting Des 2 because of the crate thing that I just mentioned, which was posted on 26th of October, so likely filmed actually before that. And also the Ozark thing where he said, I'm going to go on a booty call, because this is middle of November he was talking about it. Where he was, can I have all these clips? They'll be in my video. Where he's talking about I've been talking to a girl online. I'm kind of tempted to do a long distance thing, because I usually don't do long distance thing, but I'm kind of tempted to do a long distance thing with this girl. And honestly, the next time I go traveling, it might be a booty call. Kind of weird. So I obviously went and looked to see what the next one was, and it was the going in deep, because I remember it specifically because the going in deep in the Ozarks, people made a joke because there's a picture of him going into the cavern and there's no girls nearby, so people said, so you can afford to get her to come down. How old would she have been at this point? She would have been 19 at this point. She turned 19 March last year, March 2022, which I find funny as well. Because he has this weird thing where he said Des messaged him last February 2022. He says that's when Des first messaged him apparently. But he didn't notice the message and answer it until April. And I was like, whoa, that's so weird. It's weirdly, you suddenly only noticed it after her 19th birthday. That's so bizarre, so weird. You've blown my mind there. It's just absolutely fucking bizarre. And then once again, Des admittedly apparently said her feelings to him in February of this year, but weirdly he didn't accept the feelings and start dating with her until April of this year. Once again, waiting until after her birthday happened before he suddenly started dating her. This is so weird. It's almost like, this is fucking bizarre. Yeah, Boogie just regularly ignores DMs from young female fans, I'm sure. Exactly, Travis. Exactly. Bro, you guys have seen him on Twitter. So someone can't mention his name on Twitter without him appearing 32 seconds later to comment at them. 19 good, not 18, so he's not a creepy guy. Exactly. He said it before. I have, it's somewhere in my pile of, notes and stuff like that. But there's a tweet I have of him where he said, he had never dated an 18-year-old. And someone said, oh, what's you date a 20-year-old? And he's like, yes, because a 20-year-old has been an adult for a wee while. So that's better than going out with an 18-year-old. Because like an 18-year-old has just become an adult, well, a 20-year-old that's been an adult for a while. And you're just like, this is so fucking cringe. It's so fucking cringe. So yeah, I'm not believing any of his storylines here whatsoever. Do you think this is the last time Boo becomes relevant? No, I'm sure he'll think of something else. Well, last October when he did the begging thing, the first thing I said is, you're going to see every month is him trying to do something to get people's attention, and this is just the current one. Hello, Queen Claire, how are you? So this is just it. So I thought that was pretty funny. Just wanted to cover those little things. I thought I'd give you, because like the video is obviously taking longer than I thought because I've been very busy recently. So I thought I'll give you a little bit of a teaser to show that I am actually still looking into things and everything like that. Okay, so we'll close that down and we shall get to watching the episode. I watched 13 seconds of it so far, so I'm sorry guys, I've spoiled it for myself. We're gonna get into it, guys. I don't want to sit there and take super long for it. I'm not sure if I'll do the farmers one, if I do the farmers episode too, because I'm not really sure if that's like, I don't know. I don't think it was as good. I don't think the video was as good when I did the farmers one as when we did the cow one. So let's go.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I don't know if you're talking to me or Wings.
Yes, I'm talking to you because there's only 2 people in here.
Oh, I don't know. I don't have a way to know that.
Oh my god, yes. Like I said, I watched the first 13 seconds of this. One second. I'm going to post this here.
How do you not have a way to know that? You're just like I do.
I don't know. I don't know where you're supposed to find that out. How do I go?
Okay, so I played the first 13 seconds of this. And it was just like his little mumbling, sad voice, and it's like cringe, just bad. It's bad because it's like both times he started the podcast, he sounded like this. And you guys, it's just, you're not gonna believe where he goes with this.
In Discord, you see my little cool logo, and your logo's your mutt, and my logo's a picture of me.
I'm not looking at that.
Right,
I'm not looking at that.
Fucking
our
mutt?
avatar.
Yeah.
Okay, that's how you find out, though. Yeah,
I don't know. I just.
The farmers episode is only once a month. Oh, okay. Cool. I'm stupid. Is this his low BMI voice? Exactly that. This is his I'm sad and sick voice, guys. That kind of shit. Where he's like, he's doing his BoJack Horseman, Jerry from Rick and Morty, where he's being so pathetic you can't pick on him. Oh god. I want to do like a crash of like the Dr. Grant's in the documentary doing his definition of what covert narcissism is, and I'm going to do like Boogie's one immediately afterwards, because Boogie's one is that he was showing you how pathetic he really is, so you'd stop picking on him, but sociopaths and shit people will still pick on you regardless of how weak you are. That is Boogie's new version of what covert narcissism is that he lets you see how weak and pathetic he is as a person, hoping you will stop being mean to him, but you don't because you're evil and mean sociopaths. That's seriously what he said.
That's how you find out who's in here. Hey, guess what?
Well, Tommy, I thought you said. Tommy, I thought you said
when Wings comes in, when Wings comes in,
I thought
he'll be in there too.
I thought you were saying you were calling Wings, so I just presumed
you're being obtuse. You're being obtuse.
No, man, I'm just very, very ill, man.
Oh my Christ!
It's not. I don't trust you recording it, so I don't want to talk about it.
I don't trust you recording it, so I don't want to talk about it. But you brought it up. You brought it up, bro. It's so cringe. Yeah, so, Boogie's doing his thing already. I think it might be a wee bit loud, so I'll turn it down just a wee smidge in here. But Boogie's doing his thing already, where, remember in the documentary, he said he wasn't going to talk about his polycystic vera whatsoever in the documentary, because, everyone abandoned Total Biscuit when it was revealed that he had cancer, so I don't want to talk about my cancer anymore. Yep. Buckle up, he never stops.
Do you have the gout? Oh. AIDS? All right.
Super
I have
AIDS.
polycythemia vera, and I'm not sleeping, and I'm stressed out of my mind.
What's polycythemia vera?
Cancer. I've had cancer.
You got cancer? You having a rough cancer day? All right. So, what does it do to you?
Kills you. What's most cancers do?
Anyway, he says you're not funny. He's lying.
It gives you a stroke or heart.
Fair enough.
What does any cancer do? It gives you a stroke or heart attack. Boogie, I don't think the majority of cancers give you a stroke or heart attack as the main thing about them. Jesus Christ. It is, oh my Christ. Rough cancer day, exactly. Is Boogie baiting again? Boogie is sympathy baiting, and he's talking about having a hard cancer day and how he's so unwell. You know where like a week ago he was like totally fine? Well, like now he's not, because the documentary didn't go the way he wants. So now he is like literally at death's door. Like Keemstar and like 17 aides are carrying to his seat so he can be part of this podcast. It's so cringe.
If you want to know the specific mechanics of it, it causes your red blood cell count to skyrocket, which basically turns your blood into
yeah. But I like call me crazy. I was thinking more day to day. I think you know that I'm smart enough to know that it kills you.
Well, I don't know. I'm not.
I was showing some concern. It's okay. I won't show any concern.
I'm just
get a bad cancer day.
I won't act like
Not a bad
I won't act
cancer
like a
day.
regular person.
Well, I mean, they're having a bad cancer day. I've not had anybody ever say that to me before, so I didn't know how to react.
It was funny, right?
It was funny,
Bad
yeah.
cancer day. It was.
It's bad cancer day. Like I've heard people say bad cancer day before. I don't know, maybe the Irish just have like darker sense of humor, but I've heard people say fucking bad cancer day. It is so cringe. We have literally gone from him saying he doesn't want to talk about it. That's why he didn't include it in the documentary where his proven illnesses were suspicious. But he's happy not to talk about it like every other day, apparently online, constantly, talk about offing himself constantly. And he's like, bro, if anything is going to scare away your audience, it is less going to be what you're talking about having a very slow moving cancer that is not going to affect you in any way, as opposed to like you're going to off yourself. If I don't know, if Des 2 leaves you or something like that, you might throw yourself off a bridge. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Argan, thank you very much for super chat. I'm season 2 Jerry Smith's complete lack of surprise. That's I don't like, I don't remember, like, I think season 2 is probably where I stopped watching Rick and Morty. I don't really remember. Well, God, when was the last time I watched Rick and Morty? Fucking years ago. It was with an ex. Which is probably one of the reasons why I've never picked it up again, because she really fucking liked it. I'm trying to remember, because like I'm not sure if that's a line from it, or if that's also a line from the Fight Club. The I am Jerry's enlarged bladder. Jesus Christ.
Well, I hope you feel better. I do.
Well, I won't.
So like what do we need? Boogie?
Well, I
You just
won't.
from a lap, like
Imagine. Well, I won't. Oh my Christ. I hope you feel better. I won't. What the fuck? Imagine being just so miserable of a person. It's like, you know when you go up to someone, and people always make the joke, right? You go up to someone, I'm not sure if it's like an American thing, but it's certainly over in like Ireland and the UK and all. You go up to someone, how you doing, mate? Everyone's reaction is, I'm doing well. I'm doing fine. Even if they're not. That's just everyone's reaction. That's just like the polite answer, and it is the expected answer. Because if you suddenly go like, I don't know, man. Like, you will see the other person's face drop immediately because they're, oh God, no. That is like dealing with Boogie. He is the type of person who will always be like, don't know, it's been rough today so far. And you're like, oh no, I didn't actually care. I was being polite. I don't actually care. Oh no. It's like, well, I hope you feel better soon. I won't. It's so fucking funny.
you need a dog to lick you in the face. Like, we need some vibes. What we got to get from you?
There you
I
go.
need to not have cancer.
Oh my fucking Christ. What the fuck? Oh my God, that came out like a jump scare. Oh, I need to not have cancer. What the shit? Oh my God, Jesus fuck. Remember, oh my, I got a headache from that. Oh, that's the funniest Biggie's ever been, apart from the Hitler rap, obviously, but that's a high bar. Christ all fucking mighty. Oh my God. What do you need? I need to not have cancer. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Oh God. I really wonder what is going through his brain with this. Is he like really realizing how badly he fucked up with the documentary? Because I am convinced, by the way, guys, that the documentary, Mike Clum, love the guy, obviously, because it's so funny to see, because Boogie had a massive freak out about the documentary and said, oh, well, one thing I want with the documentary is to show people like Sonny V2 and June the King, they could never do anything on this level. And everyone who's seen it from like that kind of community is like, oh, it's been really good. It's just really good. This is really good for the YouTube community. Everyone is absolutely fine with it. Poogie's the only one who cares about shit like that. But I am convinced, after watching him talk about it, after watching Clum talk about it, where he's talking about the Tiger King and all, and now I've seen 3 people who are the documentaries are based around. The 3 people are Boogie2988, obviously, Trisha Paytas, and Jimmy Lee, who is like the resident LolCow for the H3 podcast, who is just like some fucking weirdo guy who thinks he's like a massive celebrity, and he's just like mental. And I'm watching, I'm like, oh my Christ. Like, my first prediction of it, what was right? Like, Mike Clum is just trying to make the Tiger King. He is just going out and finding all of these fucking weirdos who have like no self-awareness and will be happy to be filmed looking like fucking idiots because they think they're the cool ones. And this is it. It's just the Tiger King. That is what he has gone out and found specifically fucking idiots who are narcissistic, who all think they're incredible, and think that everyone will just bow down to them. And then he has just asked, hey, guy, I'll make you even more famous. Do you want me to make a documentary on you for free? And they're like, yeah, sure. And they're all making themselves look stupid. Because like the Jimmy Lee guy was upset that Clum hadn't got the documentary out quick enough and like ran off and remade it with someone else, like shot for shot and shit like that. You know? Shit like that. Yeah, imagine Medicare being this big of a pussy. Yeah. Imagine lots of people being this. Imagine Total Biscuit being this big of a pussy. You know? Like, people aren't. Like, do you know what would have killed Total Biscuit's career? Sitting there fucking whining about it constantly. Total Biscuit just kept making shit and traveling and doing shit and stuff like that. Medicare kept streaming until he couldn't, and every once in a while he'll still pop in. You know? Like, Biggie's sitting here, like, absolutely fine. He got told a year ago, you got a 20-year life expectancy with this. A year later, 11 months later, he's absolutely fine. The documentary drops. Suddenly, he's like hobbled in a wheelchair. Jesus Christ. Clum Super Chat at 400 on the H3. I saw that. Very, very disappointed. Obviously, he doesn't seem to think I'm on H3's level. I was shocked and appalled by that I wasn't getting the big Poke bucks as well. What does Goober think? Goober's sleeping here. Goober doesn't give a fuck. She was very talkative earlier on when I was doing Girl World Ireland reaction. Nah, she's sleeping. I just don't give a shit.
That would be a really big guess. Let's do that one.
Yeah,
Oh my god. His laugh is the same as mine.
Well, that was not on the table currently. What's number 2?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What do you mean it's on the table, Wings? I hope he doesn't have
He has
cancer.
cancer.
Jesus
That's already
Christ.
certified.
Yeah. No, I mean, I hope he gets rid of it. I mean,
There's no
maybe
getting
he
rid
has.
of this
I'm not
one.
wishing
There's
that
no
on
getting rid of
him.
this one, unfortunately.
Listen to
No,
this. She's having low
it's
take,
like
can't we?
a walking, because it's very rare. Like I'm not sure there's too many cancers where you're like, all right, you're fucking, you can walk
You
around.
never heard of
and do-
stage? You never heard of
You know
stage
what I mean?
4? Polycythemia. Well,
Oh my
I
god.
walked Tommy through.
Is he seriously drip feeding out information that now is in stage 4 cancer? Are we seriously doing that? Jesus Christ.
I know he does. It's not going to. But
Okay.
polycythemia vera is a blood cancer, and I got it by treating myself with
You don't know
injectable
that.
testosterone for the better part of a decade. And it was always one of the risks that.
But you don't know that. Another example of reason why you could have it is because of morbid obesity. This is the thing. He does this all the time, where he just goes like, well, I have this happen to me because of this. And it's just like, no, like, bro, that's one of the options, certainly, but it's not a guaranteed option. You just saying, well, I got it because of the low T injections I had to take. Oh, oopsie doopsie. It's like, well, another reason is like morbid obesity. So it could also have been that.
Well, you were injecting testosterone for what
Because I
reason?
don't have testosterone. Yeah, there's a few different reasons my body produced testosterone. One of them was child abuse, damage to my testicles and stuff, and then the obesity was another aspect. And so we needed to
Tommy,
get
no,
my
don't laugh.
testosterone levels up into a safe area because it was so
God.
low it's difficult for my
But the risk was
risk of
cancer.
So I got lucky and got the cancer.
No, it's
And
lucky.
then-
Like
So I got lucky and got the cancer. So low views give him cancer. So damage to his testicles. So his child abuse, is that what give him low T? Is that what he's blaming the hypogonadism for? I remember looking up hypogonadism when I was doing my video, when I started to look into it, and like one of the reasons for hypogonadism is also morbid obesity. Oh my god, it's literally the same point I just made. It's the same point I just made about him claiming he got polycythemia vera from injecting testosterone when it could also be morbid obesity. And here we are again, where it's like, oh, there's child abuse, so I have a hypogonadism, as opposed to like, well, morbid obesity also gives you it. Oh my, what a fucking, oh my god. He's just trauma dumping so hard. Imagine working with this guy. Imagine this is your job. Imagine you working with him. It's like once a week you gotta sit down and we gotta start every podcast off with this shit.
like you got low T and you
His
still
mother crushed his ballsack. Fuck, okay, Jesus Christ.
spent $200,000 on women.
I remember him saying
well,
that.
I mean,
I actually remember him saying that because it was back during his inconsistent abuse allegations where he said like his mother hated like porn and stuff like that so much so that she like would like mutilate his like gonads pretty much. She would like attack his genitals because she hated porn and sex and all so much. But then like the next thing he was talking about was his like mother was also like a prostitute who like, you know, obviously did that with him, quote unquote, you know, which is like, it kind of contradicts itself, but like, oh, Jesus Christ, oh my Christ.
I'm hypersexualized. You guys know that. We talked about that.
How does that work? Like I have low T too, and like
Yeah.
most of the time I can
I
care less if
remember
a
this.
woman exists.
Tommy, do you ever eat when you're not hungry?
No?
I'm talking to Tommy.
yes, I'm fat.
Tommy, do you ever eat when you're not hungry?
Yes, I'm fat. Of course I
talking
do.
to-
I'm fat. Of course I know that.
That is Tommy.
The other
responding to
guy.
you.
The other guy.
Oh. Wait.
Wait, so he thinks Wings is Tommy? Jesus fucking Christ. This is what I said. When I was laughing about already demonetized, 100% already demonetized, I'm not even going to bother looking. That is what I laughed about with him talking about the experts during his live stream where he reacted to it. Like the Capper guy, whatever the other, you know, there's like two YouTubers, like Grande and Capper. Capper was talking for a while and about, you know, like how Biggie needs to get a job and stuff like that. And then what Sailor Moon was like. And then Grande, and he said, yeah, Dr. Grande was right. Even though Dr. Grande didn't say a single thing he said, it was all copper. He just doesn't pay attention. That is how narcissistic he is. He doesn't pay attention to who's even talking. That's just it. He doesn't even remember people's names. It's just like out the door. Will I do a Thanksgiving stream like I did last year? Sure. I'm also going to have it be just a generic picture of some potato recipes, so you guys are gonna have to work out that it's actually me. Oh my Christ! Did he just say he started to take testosterone? We're getting a recently big brain move. Dr. Doker, whatever. He claims he's taken like topical, where it's like a cream you rub on yourself as opposed to like an injection, which is massively different. Apparently, the injection's the only thing that could potentially cause the cancer.
I can tell you that.
Motherfucker look like the Michelin Man's kid. Like, do you think the answer to your question is obvious?
Right, so sometimes I have sex when I'm not horny. Yeah, it's very similar.
No, it's not. Those are very different things. Having sex is like a conscious effort. Eating is not. Like, you can sit there and just shovel food into your face idly whilst watching TV. You can't. Fuck. Well, you do you know what? You probably could. Boogie couldn't. Boogie couldn't, because everything needs to be like reverse cowgirl from his own words. But like, I'm sorry, it's very different. Like, how does Boogie have? Does he just like, oh well, I might as well have sex. I'm just gonna top myself up. This is the guy who spent like 200,000, 100,000, 70,000, 40,000, 10,000. Pick a number, whichever one you want to go for his many fucking different claims, guys, to like pay like escorts and stuff like that. And now he's like, I'm not really that sexually driven, even though I'm also hypersexualized. Bro, it cannot be both. It really just cannot be both. Like, it just can't. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. I'm paying girls to go out and dates and stuff all with me and to fuck me, but you know, I'm also low T, so I never really get the inclination to have sex. It's like, how does that work? Like, actually, how does it, if sex equal handies and boogers, we call it hand in the mouth stuff. Thank you very much.
Okay,
it was a very similar thing.
This is so
I
silly.
didn't say anything. Like, that's the only thing I kind of like about it, because I was in the army. I was banging my brains out in Europe, so you don't have to
So
worry
just to
about
educate you, because you seemed curious.
Okay.
Polycythemia vera is a blood cancer and starts in the bone marrow.
A few minutes later.
So well, yeah, but in the meantime, between now and when it does that, which could be 20 years, I might not live long enough.
Which it could be 20 years. Boogie, you've gone from like 0 to dead in the last week, so I'm going to assume it's not going to last 20 years if this is the level you're now claiming to be fucking at.
Oh, so it's like the really
so
slow
what
part.
it is doing to me now is...
So it wasn't really out of line for me to say you had a big cancer day.
What it's doing to me now is it's adding a tremendous amount of red blood cells to my blood count.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ.
And that causes me to have like really bad headaches and be really tired all the time.
Yeah, sure.
And ideally, if I had enough money, I'd be going to get my blood let.
Hint, guys. Fans, hint. Guys, fans, hint, just let you know, just in case. The dono button's over there, guys, just in case you want to... Because if I had enough money, I'd be able to fight this cancer. But I currently can't, guys. Ooh, woo, hint. Fuck, Jesus Christ. Didn't you just get paid 50 grand for this fucking podcast?
It's a week right now, where they basically...
Just fucking go Walter White, start selling meth, holy shit.
If I was in better shape, I could also donate the blood and do it for free. But I'm not...
I could donate the blood. I could save orphans.
Shape, unfortunately, but...
1 hour later.
I got a couple questions before we actually start recording.
Oh my God.
Sure.
Has Boogie watched episode 2?
No, of course not.
Why not?
Tommy said we didn't
that's
need
not a
to,
problem.
so I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I didn't say that.
You
I
said you would watch it and
I
ask me
suggest you
questions
watch
about
it.
it, so that's what I should.
Jesus Christ. Why wouldn't you? It's literally your podcast. Like, did you watch the farmer's take on it? No. Well, DH Ruby probably spent the 50 on hookers. The thing is, like, it's like, okay, October last year, begging video, he was doing his whatnot streams, he got like 3-4 grand in a couple of streams, everything he got. Can you donate blood with cancer? I don't know, fuck it, why not? It's Boogie's blood, it will probably heal all diseases anyway. But like October's when he did his whatnot streams, he got like this sudden 3 or 4 grand, because remember he was claiming he was going to go to Magic 30 with it. And then he decided last second he wasn't actually going to go to Magic 30, even though he said he already got it all paid for. So, I don't know, kind of weird, kind of confusing, but whatever. And then suddenly... He's like posting up that video where he's off. He seems to have met Des too. Then we got the booty call one in November where he seems to have gone off and met Des too again. And then suddenly nothing for a little while, kind of like slunk off. Then he got his boxing payday, and that's when he's sitting there talking on live stream and podcast, talking about, I've been seeing a girl for a little bit of time now. That's when he got his boxing money, and then suddenly she moves in with him. or between the time of the boxing money and the 50 grand for this. It's kind of weird. It's almost like she seems to appear when money seems to appear with him.
Actually, here's what I wrote. Actually, no.
Oh, you said I'd watch it, and then
Let's
I'll
kind
shoot
of
questions at you. Specifically, what I thought.
Hold on. Let's
Why
why
wouldn't
don't we
you
read
watch
it
it, though? It's
verbatim?
your
So
own
maybe I'm wrong.
podcast.
No, you're right. Let me read verbatim.
So dumb.
Because I don't think I wrote quite that. Because I was answering Wings. I'd watch the last one, and then I'll throw the info at.
So what are we doing? We're talking about on the podcast today. What do we need to watch to prep for? I don't really keep up with drama. Jordy, see with Jordy, I 100% believe that with Jordy. 100%. I think Jordy lives in a little bubble, and he doesn't really look up shit to do with him. You know, in general, I think he generally tries to avoid that. Boogie, on the other hand, is probably the first view on every single one of like my or Johnny Fox's videos. I'd watch the last one, and then I'd throw the info at you both, and you can react to it. Okay, so literally, he's telling them to watch it.
So I suggested.
I was at.
I'd watch the last one. That was the suggestion. So nobody said to you, "Oh, I got it."
Oh, I thought you said
true.
I will. I'm not I.
No. I said I'd. It's I apostrophe D. I'd watch. That was the suggestion. And I was an answer.
I would.
So I think you always should watch. You
You always should at least.
But it's
Of course, he should fucking watch it. It's his own podcast. Like, obviously, that's going to be discussed what the farmers said about him. Like, Jesus Christ.
Surprised with something before the test.
Yeah.
Well, I most likely will never do that.
Yes.
So we'll have to work around that.
All right.
Oh,
Well,
Yeah, that's a strenuous activity.
okay. I'll do.
Boogie out here pretending he doesn't watch content that's critical of him. Okay, Boogie, sure. You just have too much self-control. You just have too much self-control that you won't even watch people talk about you and other LolCows in your own podcast. Okay, bro, 100%.
I'll do what your ex-wife did. I'll hold things up for you.
I don't know what that means.
Oh,
But when I'm gone,
Second
you're on your
off,
road.
I sent a thing in the LolCow Twitter thing of my current recording settings. Are those acceptable?
acceptable.
3 hours later.
Okay, all right. Are you ready? Are you ready for this?
Yeah, Hefnif, all he does is read Kiwi Farms. Yeah, Mike Club, when he's on the Kiwi Farms, said that the first thing Boogie does when he gets up is, like, check Kiwi Farms on Twitter. That's apparently like, the first thing he does. That's what Mike Clum said. Like, believe it if you don't believe it, whatever. Like, I just thought that was funny.
Boogie, on three. When I
Where
say
is
three,
where is
clap,
any of this
and-
stuff that you're talking about seeing? Is this on the?
I'm going to.
Oh, you don't know how to use it. You don't.
I'm
You
gonna
can't
stop
operate
watching the
this way.
stream, just so it doesn't.
Yeah, stop watching
I
my
clicked
stream. I'm
on
gonna
that,
turn
but
my
I just
stream
all
off.
I see is Twitter and you.
Okay, well, you missed the whole thing. All right, now we'll go back. If you're clicking on it right now, to the right where you see me, right?
Approximately 10 hours later.
I don't know who. He's a happy boy. This is a. Okay, guys, I'm going to prefix this with I am not a doctor. Okay, do we all understand? Deborah just called me Professor Potato. That's fine, because it's not Dr. Potato, because I'm not a doctor. I'm ordering some marmalade. What should I order? Yeah, of course, obviously marmalade. Spicy marmalade is pretty good. I would generally go for spicy marmalade. Not a doctor, okay? He's big sad. Exactly, Mark. He's big sad. As a doctor, I'm still not diagnosing him as big sad. If he is struggling because he is producing way too many red blood cells, wouldn't you think his face would be a little redder? He's actually paler than he usually is. Just saying. I'm not insinuating or saying anything with that, for I am not a doctor. However, man's looking a bit pale. Just saying. Just saying. For a man who has too many red blood cells floating around in his face, he's looking pretty pale. Just saying.
Mine's like an emergency. You can do what I'm doing, put 2 OBSs on, but you don't have to.
Then the other question that
Oh my God, cheer
am I
up.
also supposed to be recording outside audio? That somebody mentioned that I didn't have that last week. This a separate audio track or something?
The only thing you should be recording is your voice and your video. No.
Don't bring up his native heritage. I know, how fucking could I? From the Apache tribe he claims to be from, or whatever the fuck. This is a guy who self-diagnosed himself as autistic. Yeah, imagine. God, that was embarrassing. I think he's like confirmed, quote unquote, confirmed the diagnosis, even though once again in the documentary that did not appear during the confirmed diagnosis.
Outside.
Okay, so there,
Rinchester, shut up. Sriracha is spicy, so keep that in mind. It is spicy.
so they were
That's the
saying
only thing.
that they wanted a separate track for audio, like through Audacity or something. Do they not?
I
want
think
that?
I'm doing that. I think I'm doing that. That's the second OBS.
As
that I showed
autistic,
you.
we don't own him.
Pretty sure.
Okay.
Much later.
If you want to do Audacity and record all 3 of us in the whole
Well,
call,
no,
I
it
have no
would.
problem with
Unfortunately,
that.
would
But
not.
make
do that. It
sure.
would only record.
Jesus
it would only
fucking
record
Christ.
my audio.
Record your
Yeah.
fucking
Yourself.
voice.
Oh my God.
Record your. Are you doing this on purpose? I mean,
No.
serious.
I am at the point because Boogie, like, if you watch Boogie on his live streams and all, he's not talking like this. If you watch Boogie in his videos, he's not talking like this. If you watch Boogie on any other medium, when he's like arguing away with people on Twitter, he ain't talking like this. I think Boogie is trying to get kicked off the podcast because he probably already got, is he sitting on his balls? He's making them even more hypo. In my opinion, Boogie has already got the 50 grand payday. He probably wants to get kicked off. Now that he's got the 50 grand payday, he probably just wants to be kicked off because none of this is going the way he wants it to be going. Oh, it's honestly either that, or he is just trying to look pathetic because he still thinks, I can spin this. I can manipulate people. If I look as pathetic as possible, everyone will feel sorry for me because I have a bad cancer day, guys. I honestly think he thinks that is what's going to happen here, and I can't see it because it is so weird watching other people like not PK, EFAP did an entire stream on the Boogie documentary. I haven't watched it yet. It's fucking like 4 hours long. Nicholas Diorio and all called in. I haven't seen it. I can't wait to watch it. But it's so funny to see that. See Drinkers Open Bar. They randomly bring up Boogie to laugh at him. And it's like, bro, I think you misjudged this entirely. That you did not think this is going to spread like it is, and everyone is going to think you're a fucking loser. I haven't seen a single content creator watch and be like, that's a reasonable take. Yeah, makes sense.
Mommy.
Seriously. Okay. If
I'm
you
just
want,
asking if that's something they're requiring.
You're being annoying as
So much later that the old narrator got tired.
See, ARV, surely they're getting paid per episode recorded. Like, yeah, see, that's what you would think, but at the same time, like, Keem said there's a 50 grand signing bonus. You know the Critical Drinker? Like, in person, no. In person, no, but I do watch his stuff, yes, I do. I watch his stuff, I like his reviews. Tom recently said he plans to her all of them together for IRL streams. That would be funny. That would be better if he got them all together. Yeah, like you said, Fireproof, to get them all together to do a stream in real life. But the biggest problem is they're quite far apart. Like, I'm not sure where Tommy is, but he keeps talking about his East Coast, so I'm assuming that's quite a distance from Arkansas and South Carolina.
Waiting, and they had to hire a new one.
Jesus.
Yeah, apparently some guy called, like, I can't even remember what his name was.
Yep.
But they've hired a new one because they put out a call for a new editor, which also could just be like Rhino Milk indeed, guys. I'm not sure if like it's all like we need to get a new editor, if that's all part of the drama and to get attention or not. So maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Who fucking knows? But I was just like, God, I should put my name in for it. That'd be so funny. I would just cut out Boogie entirely. Just have like static playing anytime he talks and just cut him out. Andrew, I think very much Boogie needs a bit of cash and he's ready to super accelerate his very slow moving cancer just so he actually does something. Exactly. Thank you very much for super chat. It's exactly that. Arkansas, guys. Arkansas. Arkansas. I think you're all misspelling it here. It's called Arkansas. Thank you very much. No, yeah, it's so funny when like last year he was just like, well, guys, I guess I got the lucky draw, and I got the kind of cancer that you want to get if you have to get cancer, because I wouldn't be expecting to live that long anyway. Cut to 11 months later, his documentary's floundered. Everyone's laughing at him. Hello, guys. Hello. I'm here for the podcast.
Hey. Are you ready?
3 plus
3, we all clap.
Barbara, shut up.
And the best thing to do. And don't be doing this.
How does he do 2 a day for the girls? You should see me once I get my new computer. I guarantee they'll be even faster. Because what I do is do a reaction. Is just record a reaction, and it's one take. I sit down, I can just do it in one take, and then I go back, watch it 2 times speed, and cut out any bits I didn't think were overly funny or were kind of boring. That is literally it. So that's why it's so easy to do it for the girls. If I did reaction content to Boogie, I could get out 2 episodes a day as well, but he just doesn't put out enough content. If I really wanted money, that's what I would do. That'd be really, really super easy to do. You passed 300 live watches, Irish. Congratulations, you're more popular than Boogie. Oh no! Yeah, I think this is the first time I've ever passed 300, so thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you're enjoying me talking away like this.
For me, think about the guy that's editing it. All right? And we're going to do it twice.
Yes.
1, 2.
Oh my God.
3. 1, 2, 3. Okay?
Oh my God.
Y'all ready?
Yep.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of LolCowLive, and it is a podcast. I have Boogie 2988 as well as
9 minutes to get into the episode. Amelia, it's taking me 43 minutes to really get to 9 minutes. Amelia, we've talked about a bunch of things first.
COD is ruining my life.
Yes, it is.
Wings of Redemption. Did you just say that
I didn't watch
again?
any of that.
You know, like, you're famous for saying that.
Dude,
you
I
know?
fucking hate Call of Duty.
He does.
Why do you play? Isn't that like? Why do you play a game that you hate so much? Why don't you play something else?
It's the only thing that really brings big money to me.
Yeah. Definitely the real wings footage.
I was trying to ask you that because I think that answer.
That's
Why
good.
do you think that is? Why is COD like any different
Because
than the other
Call of
shit
Duty
you
gets
play?
under my skin like something nothing else in this world does. Like, I turn into a different human being when I play Call of Duty. I'm this selfish, hate-filled.
I don't even know. When I watch him play Rainbow Six Siege, he generally seems like just miserable, and that he absolutely fucking hates his life. Like, that's why I prefer, like, because when he plays like Diablo or games like that, I can't stand to watch him because he is so boring. But when he plays like Rainbow Six, I remember I commented once in his fucking thing, and he immediately just started shitting all over me because I said something. He goes, "You don't know the game," and he just started shitting on me. To be fair, he was right. I was entirely wrong, but he is so angry if you criticize him playing like Rainbow Six Siege, especially if you tell him he's been carried to Diamond. If you tell him he was carried to Diamond, fucking hates his life.
In-game leader that's egotistical and narcissistic, and I just spew vile and vitriol and get mad.
And you're not that way with Clancy?
No. I mean, I'm an in-game leader in Tom Clancy, but I'm more of like a, come on guys, we got to stay together, try to keep everybody even kill kind of guy. But like Call of Duty, there's a lot of pride with it. Because I used to be really fucking good at it.
I can hear an echo. I can hear an echo, so I'm not sure where this is coming from for the editor.
And as I've turned 37, 38, I'm not as good as I used to be.
Hey, I will give Wings one thing. That time he pointed me out and shit all over me because I said something that was just wrong. It was just wrong about the game. I totally misunderstood something. He shit all over me. He didn't ban me. I didn't get banned. My first message with DSP, I got banned for criticizing him in Super Smash Brothers. And my first message to King Cobra, I got banned as well. I get banned a lot, but I've never been banned. I never got banned by Wings. Never got banned by Wings. He was totally okay with it.
I should
you
be
lost
there.
your edge.
You know, when you're a younger man, you're like, you used to be good at something. And as older man, you're not.
Mark Boogie doesn't react when all this attention. Yeah, it's the same. It's even if you watch like his older PKA ones, he just sits there like staring off. He picks up his phone. He starts fucking around with his phone. If they're not talking about him or something he cares about, he just doesn't give a shit.
Sure, but like most of these, I got an argument with another.
That's a good game, Luna.
Deller.
You didn't miss much.
A friendly argument. Most of these guys at the top video game level, they're like,
I'm banned from DSP, but on Twitch, I don't know if he still streams on Twitch. I think he streams on YouTube now. It was on his Twitch I got banned. He was playing Super Smash Bros. Or something like that, and I said like, "Wow, that was painful," because he spent like 30 minutes trying to beat a Charizard or something like that, and he banned me.
washed up at like 20. So you're like,
oh, dude, you talk to a guy who used to be in the pro, like I wasn't a pro player myself.
Pro scene. Yeah, exactly.
But, like I was in that era of the pro scene, and like, dude, just Adderall and fucking extracurricular.
Did you do? Wait. You did Adderall?
I was not a pro player.
Who was doing Adderall?
I don't want to say names, but like
that's how long ago it was. It was on Twitch that I got banned by DSP. That's how long ago it was. And I'm banned on King Cobra's channel. I haven't played the new Call of Duty. I haven't played Call of Duty fucking. Well, firstly, since I usually would like have wanted to play it on the computer, and we all know I'm a potato PC, I got World War II, and that was chugging for me. So anything after World War II, I haven't played.
Adderall was used in the COD scene in 2010.
Come on, they probably made funny or made a video.
Writers Redux, that's the thing. I've never posted on a Boogie stream, so I've never been banned from there yet.
Who's using Adderall? Snitch.
Stainville.
Who? Stainville? He was using Adderall? What about Woody?
Was he so sad?
No, I'm talking about like
so
sad that I knew access.
Was he getting fucked up with Adderall? Was his co-host was FPS Russia using Adderall?
110%.
Andrew, thank you very much again, my dude. Boogie's lucky though with his critics. DSP's characters are mental. Watched a couple of vids and there's nothing good. There's nothing vitriol there. I haven't watched a large amount of DSP actual people like doing like spoken word stuff, criticizing. I've seen a lot of like clip compilations for him. The only person I remember who did like a breakdown was a guy who did a breakdown of like the pay pigs. So he would talk about individual pay pigs, and that's like, I think for me even too much effort, but whatever. Sure, it was fine. I enjoyed the videos, they were fine enough, but it's not something like I would do. Like Wings' trolls as well are like insane. They want to ruin his life. It's like I only just remembered about them like trying to get him like on a no-fly list so he couldn't do the boxing match in London and shit like that, you know? Biggie for crying so much about how hard done by he is and how everything sucks. It's like, bro, when I stopped covering you, there was like no one to cover you for like months until like Johnny Fox started. I think Johnny Fox only started a few months ago because he certainly wasn't doing it back when I was doing it back in like May, so he must have only started within the past few months. And it's like, whoa, why doesn't Boogie have more trolls? One, he's boring. Two, I think a lot of people play soft with him because they are worried about him ending himself and blaming them for it. With Boogie, you need to remember his lies more because he lies so often and spins it around so much, you know? Like the stream where the English win. Guys, everyone smash that like button. Not another 400 years.
I seen that motherfucker. Like I lived with him for a month, and I seen him like stay up all night. Yeah, I lived with him for a month. We did FPS boot camp.
You feel like you survived something when you live with him?
Not really. I mean, like he didn't hardly do anything with me. Like it's mainly me and Kitty.
Yeah.
And then he would come by and record.
Oh,
but like for the most part, like
what's a pay pig? They're the people who like donate a lot of money to people. So it's like DSP's pay pigs are people who donate like hundreds of dollars of gifted subs and all to him. Fireproof DSP Weed spooked me because he docs every person who donates even a quid to him, posts their employer and name. Exactly. Yeah. Once you're getting into that point where you're like doxing like everyone around people, it's weird. It's like I don't like flamenco in any way, but like when people were apparently doxing his family and stuff like that. I think they swatted his family, which I'm like totally opposed to. It's like I don't get that. Yeah, pay pig equals wheels. Yeah, it is just like why it's why like when it's for example, with Boogie, the nicest guy ever, who just wanted his ex-wife protected so the trolls would stop pestering her. When he spoke to me last year on Twitter about the birthday one where I was trying to get him to unprivate the birthday live stream when he planned to end himself, because that's what he kept telling people, go to that live stream, that's where all the evidence is, but he had it privated. So I actually, there's the only time I've ever spoken to him, I asked him to unprivate it. He lied to me over and over and over again, just like made up stuff. Just it's ridiculous. I still have all the screenshots. It was ridiculous. He was like claiming that the link I gave him, which was to the private live stream, he was claiming it's like that goes to someone else's channel. That's not even my video you're referring to. I actually streamed it on Twitch. And I was like, no, you didn't. It's on YouTube. Here's the link for it. Oh no, I didn't. Also, it wasn't 2019. It was years and years ago. And it's like, bro, stop it. So eventually, well, firstly, he told me, if you want the evidence that my wife, I didn't abuse my wife, go to her Twitter. Go and look up her Twitter. And she talks about it there. And I'm like, bro, I have no interest in going and looking up details about your ex. Like, stop trying to get me to go and look up details of Des. I'm not doing that. You're the one who's using it as offense. You show it to me. And he eventually did. And then he told me I was one of his better trolls, and he liked me because I wasn't going after his ex-wife. And just, the standard manipulation shit that doesn't work on me in any way. Suspiciously, when the manipulation didn't work, he blocked me a couple days later. Surprising, guys. Yeah, this is a guy who's telling people, go out there and like look up my ex-wife's Twitter and stuff like that. She has evidence there. It's like, bro, you're the one trying to say you're keeping the trolls away from her. Why are you referring me to go and check on her fucking account? It's so fucking stupid. Oh, Christ. Mr. Zong Lee, thank you very much. Thanks for the free serotonin and easy digestible content to understand the hot mess that is Boogie Woogie Ding Dong. Love in Scotland. Appreciate the super chat, dude. Thank you very much, mate.
I seen him stay up one night and play video games all night.
He was. He loved me.
The next day.
Yeah.
And instead of like catching a catnap, he just took Adderall.
Not a boy.
Do you I would be scared to sleep at his place.
Why?
And you weren't
I mean, this is before the
Do I think his eyelids are getting too fat and will eventually probably not. I don't think he's not like Tommy Slayton or whatever who's going to get the beluga wheel forehead.
drugs and stuff. Like, I mean, like there was a billion guns. Like I had a fucking light machine gun topped up on my bed. There was a bandolier in the closet.
Did you know his business partner? Did you know his business partner?
I did not know it. No.
You don't know?
I don't know. I don't know him. I don't have any opinion on that because I know nothing about it.
Of course, you have an opinion on it. You can't say anything.
That's the thing. Like, imagine, like, it's thank God they have like the footage of Wings doing his little cry moment here, because if it wasn't, and you just saw these two, it's just like it's Tommy having personality and smiling and talking to Wings, and Wings actually talking. I wonder if people told Boogie you're not allowed to talk that much during the live stream because a lot of people complained about it, but he just sits like this. Look at this guy. This is I want to be a positive role model for everyone. And he's just sitting here. Jesus Christ.
It's sued.
It's crazy. Everyone didn't know he had a discussion with me. Oh, yeah, he did. Flowchart tailored to manipulating haters into sympathizers and fall at fealty blocks. Does he have a flowchart? That's crazy. Yeah, no, it was the first time. It was back when I had on my previous Twitter account, because I used to go through Twitter accounts like every single month because I never took them seriously. I used to like fuck around, troll people on them a lot, and once I actually started getting followers and viewers, it's like, you know what? Doors, thank you very much for super chat. Sam, it's great to have an Irish filter for this content. Well, massively appreciate it. But it's like eventually I was just like, well, you know what? I'm gonna simmer down and I'm gonna like kind of not fight and like troll people and muck around in public because people actually follow my Twitter now, and I don't want you guys just having like my just random nonsense pop up on your feed. Like, who wants to fucking see that shit? So I'll very rarely call someone out. But no, I spoke to Boogie, and it was pretty much just because he kept saying to people, if you want cocked face, it is a cocked face, holy shit. It's like, who you talking to over there? It's like he wanted people to go. He kept saying, "I obviously didn't do it. I obviously have never done anything bad. My ex-wife confirmed it. Go and watch it." Because I remember, because it was him watching a live stream, and he went to watch it on the live stream, on his own live stream, and the only one he could find was one that's been up for years, and it is a clipped one, and there's bits of it cut out. And he goes, "Oh, see, this is all clipped out of context. Oh, that was clipped out of context. That was clipped out of context. This is all lies. This is all to make me look bad." And that's when I was just like, "You know what? Sure," because I went and watched it and I was clipped as well, so I was like, okay. So I went and I said, message him. It's like, well, I can't find the original. Well, I did research first. I found the original, found that it was private, and that's when I said to him, "I'm private," and that's when he tried to lie to me and gaslight me, everything like that. It was kind of cringe.
Yeah, I honestly don't like. I've never met Keith, and I don't know Kyle and Keith's relationship.
Yeah. I don't even know
enough
who Keith
to
is.
give
this
an
doesn't mean
opinion
much
on
to
it that
me
has
here.
any kind of value.
Well, yeah, you can give opinion on it, but won't have any value.
So I don't really have much.
Do you have an opinion? Did FPS rush to kill his business partner, Boogie?
Honestly, I can't say for sure. I will say Kyle never. I did like
Are you gonna shit
PK,
on them?
PK podcast a bunch of times, and
A bunch of times. I'm actually kind of like famous, and like people invite me back all the time. You know, sometimes I have to guilt trip them for literally 2 years straight and make up stories that all of their fans hate them and like me more. Sometimes I have to do that, and eventually they let me back. And then when I go back on, I get on my knees immediately and start sucking their dick to apologize for how big a bitch I was. I found nothing funnier than it was like February, March this year, where he was just shitting all over the PKA boys about how their fans were coming up and saying how they did him dirty and stuff like that. And then the next thing is when he was getting ready for his boxing match, he goes back on their live stream and he's like, "I'm sorry guys for how I acted before." It was so cringe. I was like, bro, you have no shame.
I never, man.
I just guaranteed I'll never do it.
I just never really liked Kyle. I liked Woody a lot. I liked everybody else. Kyle seemed to just like have like an open dislike of me, which
You never liked him? You were absolutely fine with him like all of the time except like the last time. Like the last time, Kyle just could not be bothered with Boogie, but generally they were fine. Like generally they were fine. And yes, a lot of time Kyle just did not engage with Boogie because Boogie was just lying. And he said himself, he didn't want to call Boogie out on his lies on air. He's like, this is just really awkward. You're lying about stuff that I actually know about. Because Boogie's doing all this shit where he's talking about like cars and all. And like Kyle knows about cars. He's like, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
I get, but
All right,
I never really.
I messed up.
What happened?
I forgot to start recording.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Oh my god.
I'm not.
At least it wasn't me.
You gotta be kidding me.
At least I
You know
called
what?
These guys are
You
professional
didn't
streamers.
press anything, did you, Boogie?
No, I'm still recording and everything.
All right. We have the audio. Why don't you just hit record and we'll do a clap to get him back in there.
Recording
All
now.
right, just hit record.
No,
All right, just make sure our audio isn't.
Imagine if they didn't have his audio and it was them just sitting there, just like it was because like Boogie didn't say a thing the entire time. Imagine if it was just Tommy C just talking to himself the entire time, and Boogie just sitting there looking sad. Oh, these guys are professional streamers. Why is this not live? Daddy hurts me. Daddy hurts me. Why is this not live? Wouldn't it make more sense? It's called LolCowLive. It'd be so much more fun if it was live. If they literally had a thing where it's like, if you donate $50. We will answer both of these boys will answer your question. And Tommy C enforces it. They would have to do something like that. That would be so much more interesting, so much fun. Maybe they're working towards it. I think Tommy C did mention that is a plan. It's something they might want to work towards. They're building a bit of hype for it first. I'm assuming they're monetized now. So like that's the kind of stuff they go for. Maybe bring in memberships and stuff like that. That could be interesting. It could be funny. But right now, everything, because it's all pre-recorded, you always sit there in the back of your head going like, okay, how much of this is set up? How much of this is planned by Keemstar for attention and stuff like that? The best thing I have to say is I don't think the farmers would make up that stuff for attention. Because Tom seems like a pretty open guy. Nick seems like a pretty open guy. And Mudahar seems like a pretty open guy. So I don't think any of them are lying. Tommy C seems like an open enough guy as well. But with like Boogie and like Wings and Keem, you're sitting there like, how much of this is just scripted?
Click start streaming. All right,
and yeah, I imagine Boogie is the one who doesn't want to do it live.
2, 1.
Clap.
3.
Oh my
two,
god.
1.
Clap.
Lift your hands!
Did you clap, Boogie?
I got it.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
Good luck to the editor.
I'm a monster.
You're a beast. You're a beast. Okay, so getting back to what we were talking about before. So
He
Kyle's
stopped my
picked you.
balls, that's why I
Boogie?
can't go live. He has constantly said, like, I have, like, crippling social anxiety. That's why I can't do live streams and all. And it's just, bro, it just seems like you just have every excuse. It just seems like you have every excuse for why you can't do shit. Remember, he said he was going to start doing whatnot streams where he was selling cards. Again, during November. It's the 20th of November. He hasn't done any of them yet. And I'm assuming it's because his view count went up a bit. So he's just like, I've made a decent amount of money so far. I don't need to sell cards. And it's like, no, sell them anyway. Why aren't you selling them anyway? If you're that broke, why wouldn't you sell them anyway?
Yeah, he never really seemed to be like his audience. I think also represented this. I was not a good match for PKA. They are definitely very different types of people. I'm more into like hard, like nerdy, cozy game.
They're into nerdy shit too. I wasn't a good fit for PKA because I'm a nerd, bro. What the fuck are you talking about? He's had long conversations on PKA about Magic the Gathering and all with Taylor. What is he talking about? He's just like making all this up. Like, I'm sorry, he goes for like the edgy jokes and all when he's on PKA. So like, what is he talking about? He actually generally looks bad because he goes like too far with this whole like talking about women shit. What's he talking about?
Being Magic the Gathering, and those guys seem to be a little more like MMA.
They love Magic the Gathering.
You know.
I did PK for 176 episodes.
Oh boy!
And the show's been going on.
He knows that off the top of his head.
Lots more episodes without me than with me. But as a person, I feel like I failed as an individual with a PKA like fan base, because I'm like, how did we set so many fucking incels up in this world? Because the vast majority of like my haters come from the PKA subreddit, and they're just dudes that hate their life, that hate women, and like they're the kind of guys that you're like.
You're talking about Boogie's audience. Wings, be careful. Boogie's audience will be really upset about you saying this. I don't see that. Really, I don't hang around in PK subreddits or anything like that. So I don't see it as like PK's literally a gaggle nerds. Exactly. The chat, I have no idea what he's talking about. But I don't see the PK fans as being like lots of incels. Like, I don't know. Like, Woody has a wife and talks highly of her. Taylor, I think, has a wife now, or is it his long-term girlfriend? And Kyle, like, fucks around. Like, I don't get it. PKA doesn't hit Wings. I don't think PKA hits Wings, especially because Woody's there. I don't think Woody hits Wings. I don't really see them as being, like, incels or anything like that. This has always been my biggest problem with Wings, is that Wings has a twitch. That anytime he talks about trolls, he immediately starts, like, twitching and making stupid, irrational fucking statements. Taylor's divorce now? Oh, sorry to hear that. Fuck, that didn't last long. It was very quick. Anytime he starts talking about, like, trolls, he just starts saying stupid shit. And this seems a bit stupid.
Are you planning to a school or something? What is happening here? Like, and I feel like I failed them on a fundamental level.
Really?
And I think Boogie sees the same shit.
I mean, I wouldn't generalize the entire audience like that, but I definitely think that audience does have its crossover, like between them and Andrew Tate. There's probably some people who are...
But they're not even close to Andrew Tate. They're not even close. Look at Boogie. Look at his whole smirk. What is it? Oh god, what's the meme? Like my face when I spread misinformation online. What is it? Oh god, what is the meme? It's something like a little girl smirking, and it's like my face when I spread misinformation online. That is literally Boogie's face right here, because this means nothing. This is so silly. Oh yeah. Oh well, you know, I can't say it about the whole fan base, but yes, there does seem to be a lot of incels looking to shoot up schools. Yeah, I'm seeing that. Oh Christ.
The school of hustle or whatever the fuck Andrew calls this thing, and they all wish they could be him. There's definitely some people that watch that show who feel that.
Not even close. I've never seen them do like manosphere shit. What the fuck is he talking about? Boogie's the one who was going on sitting there doing like rants about how he needs hot girls off Twitter and shit, off Tinder and stuff like that, and them criticizing him for trying to get girls out of his league. What's he talking about?
I wouldn't say all of them. I wouldn't even say half of them, but definitely some. For sure.
That smirk was caused due to this wee break in his bad cancer day. That's like shitting on people and lying about people he feels has wronged him has like cured his cancer temporarily. He's the king of the incels. That is it. His fan base are so fucking incelly. When he complains about his wife, and like I remember when he was talking about his wife during the divorce saga, and they were sending in super chats to talk to his wife. Being like, how could you do this to him? Do you not realize he's struggling and he needs support right now? Or people sitting talking about, because he was talking about his divorce. It's like I said, I went back and was getting clips about how he treats women. And he was talking about his divorce a couple of months ago on live stream. And he was talking about how, like, she basically took half his money. He regrets getting married because she took half of my money. Even though he previously has come out and said that she did most of the writing for the script. She pretty much was his live-in nurse. She had to quit her job to support him. And he's like, that was my money that she took. And his audience are like, doesn't seem fair. That's what women do. The legal system's against men. Shit like that. He is the incel king. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about with PKA.
Surprising me about the school of hustle people. It's like you realize he basically
exactly
made his money
writers
pimping women,
exactly.
Right? That's why he's trying to go to jail in Romania. That's why he's working real hard on it.
But I mean, I feel like that's a lot of these people's dreams. It's what they wish they could do. They wish they could pimp women out. They would.
They wish they could traffic women. You know, like that comedian joke that I was doing with my 20-year-old girlfriend. You know, they wish they could. This is they wish they could do that. I think a lot of the PKA fans wish that they could traffic and pimp women. Boogie 2023. Jesus fucking Christ. Holy shit. What a statement. Fucking lunatic. Holy fuck.
That we'd love to be able to do that, right? They hate women. They have no control over women. They can't get...
Boogie, you hate women. Where have we come from? It was like a week ago. Last week, they were literally having a meltdown because Charlie implied that Boogie doesn't treat women right because he doesn't treat women right. They were all having a meltdown about it. And now they're sitting there talking about, yeah, all the fans of PK, they're all incels who want to traffic women. That's it. And there's no pushback. This is not like, oh, this is crazy. But when people say Boogie doesn't treat women right, which he doesn't treat women right, that's so mean. He's like making fun of you. You were clearly being sarcastic when you were saying those things.
A woman. So the very least a woman could do
Jesus
is like
Christ.
sell their bodies for them, right? Like, you know, you see these types of people.
What
Who,
the
I think
fuck?
there are people who look at Andrew Tate and just like, oh, he's a fit guy, he's confident.
testicles.
I like that. And I think there's people out there who feel that way about him. But then I do think there's...
Boogie, you refer to yourself as an alpha male, super confident guy. You're the one who watched an Andrew Tate stream and then started doing like dating advice videos yourself because you tried to copy Andrew Tate. Can we not? Can we not, bro? You're like, out of everyone I've ever seen talk about Andrew Tate, you're the one who seems jealous, mate.
definitely people out there who worship him because he sex trafficked women. They wish they could do the same thing. I generally
Do
think...
you think like Andrew Tate like refused to sell him a girl or something like that, and Boogie got like really upset about that?
those people exist?
Do you wish you could do the same
I just
thing?
say this.
Because you're a really good customer of Andrew Tate's activities. Like, do you wish you could be the
Not really.
He didn't
Not
like
really.
that one.
People know I have like an OnlyFans.
What was that jump for? What was that jump for?
I've had one for like a year. I just like...
Oh, hold on. You got an OnlyFans?
Yeah, I re-upload like my shirtless TikToks and stupid shit like that. No, there's
you scam your audience. Because you were telling people originally that you're going to do like collaborations with girls and stuff like that, and now here we are. You've barely posted in the full year, and you're expecting people to pay for it. But tee guys, oh, it was just a joke. I thought everyone understood this was just a joke.
nothing there.
That's not OnlyFans material.
Yeah, I know. It's just like PG. It was just a way for people to like throw money at me if they wanted to, right?
It's a goof.
It's a goof.
It's a goof.
It wasn't meant
people
to be,
write me
though.
all the time, and they're like, "Is your girlfriend going to get on here and show me her butthole?" And like, I'd really rather she didn't. You know, like I would prefer to keep her private if I can.
But I'm sure
Why would you? Because like I also have videos of you sitting there talking about how you want to have a girl who's in the porn industry. Like he said that on PK, you know, home with the incels. He said that on PKA. That he wants to have a girl who's like small, super hot, super skinny, you know, is in the porn business, doesn't mind if I fuck other girls. That's really what Boogie said he wanted. And now he's like, I don't want a girl who does porn. It's like, okay, bro.
Over here rubbing them hands and be like, depends what kind of money you want them to put up to see that.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I had one guy.
Because nothing's ever off the table. Everything has a number.
I heard his young girlfriend broke up with him. I haven't heard that at all, no.
An OnlyFans story. Somebody wrote me
It's
early
better-
on,
it's
and they're
better
like,
sleep,
"I'll
yeah.
give you $500 for 10 minutes of you playing with your butt. I want you to take off your pants."
Really? Because originally, Boogie, when you claimed that, it was $500 just for a picture of your butthole. That was it. That was your original claim. I'm glad we've like, made the claim even more silly now, just to make it even more for funny, haha, goof. But you know, cool, bro, pop off.
Bend over, and I
Jesus
want you to
Christ.
play with your.
That's gross.
And like, I was like, man, I could use $500. Who couldn't use $500? I couldn't use it that fucking badly though. I'm fairly certain that if I was sleeping in my car,
Boogie? I remember the end of the story when you last told it. I'll see if he says what he said. The end of the story was. If he doesn't, you know, if he doesn't, I'll fill you guys in.
and I needed to see my doctor the next day, I still wouldn't make that video because that's just like that's across
Well, then
my
did he give you,
particular
like, any instruction?
line. Yeah, just other than take your pants off slowly, spread your cheeks, play with your booty, like do that.
Like how you supposed
Why
to
would anyone do that? He literally can't reach his asshole.
play with it? Like with your finger? Does he want a toy?
He didn't get
Does he
into it.
want,
I
like-
presume that. But regardless,
I understand.
Look, I've only ever seen my in a mirror, and from what I could tell,
Yeah.
it looks like a black hole that could destroy the universe. So I don't.
God, this is so funny. Like, Jesus Christ, he's so funny. God. Boogie needs to stick to, like, Nazi raps, and that's about it, because apart from that, couples only fans incoming. Clum said himself that he suspected that was going to come at some point. It wouldn't surprise me if this whole thing is, it's like the Grave Girl situation. It's there to build up Des getting her own OnlyFans, and then she'll probably leave Boogie, because that's similar to the Grave Girl thing. Okay, so the story that Boogie originally told was the guy offered to pay him like $500 to see his butthole. Boogie said no. The guy then said about how depressed he is, and he just really wanted to see it because he's so low right now. And Boogie felt bad for him and took a picture of just like his butt crack and said, "I hope this is enough for you," and sent it to the guy. And he charged him $1 for it because that's the minimum you can charge OnlyFans. See the way I remember that? Oh my god, Boogie, it's almost like you're just totally fucking lying and just making up this fucking story. I actually remember you making up that story fucking previously. Jesus Christ, cringe.
How did you get in the position to do that? Could you go over that?
Well, it's a mirror, man. Just have a mirror.
Like, what did you do? You put it, like, where? Where was the mirror? On the wall? And you just bent over?
Mirror's on the wall. Pretty simple, yeah.
So you bent over.
I mean, you
peeled. Yeah, it is.
It's agility.
The biggest...
Like, the amount of meat curtain hanging down, I would be surprised if you could actually still see his arsehole. Like, you could see past himself to get to the fucking mirror.
Well, the biggest issue was I had, like, really bad hemorrhoids. I wanted to know what was going on back there, and I was too embarrassed to go to a doctor. So I'm like, I probably should try to figure out what's going on before I go to a doctor.
Did you figure it out?
Yeah. And then I still had to get the colonoscopy.
It makes accident giving yourself testicular torsion during a field exercise. Oh, yeah, that's not a good one. I've backed myself trying to do a leap over a fence before, where I just totally fucking whiffed it, my foot slipped, and I just landed cross-legged on top of the fence, like, and it was like the fence was kind of like the pikers going up. And it's one of those ones you land and you're in a lot of pain, and you're just like, I don't even want to look. It was all fine though, but Jesus Christ, going over fence and stuff like that is never fucking fun.
And I still had to get the colonoscopy, which sucked.
You're embarrassed. You're embarrassed.
Sure.
You don't have a personal doctor?
I do, but that's because it's a personal doctor. That's all the more reason I don't want him back there. My doctor and I, we've been going back 10 years now. I consider him like a family friend almost at this point. We talk outside of like the doctor's office, right? He's a really nice guy. I don't want him seeing my butthole. I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna say he's a punk.
We're now just totally off like the drama and stuff like that, because Boogie had that little crack that he could slip through in the armor for randomly declaring the PKA's fan base are all like incels who are going to shoot up schools and stuff. He had that crack that he went for. And now we're past the drama and we're on to Boogie's like scripted content where he wants to talk about his OnlyFans, because I guess that was relevant to the story. Oh wait, that literally wasn't even close to being relevant to the story. He just wanted to talk about his OnlyFans.
I don't know,
because my doctor was my doctor was ride or die when I threw that boxing form in front of him. Boogie's is all like, I don't know if you should do this.
Here's what he said, Jordy. If you don't know this, he's I'm like, can I do this? He goes, well, you can do it,
but should you do it?
The question is, should you do it?
Whoa, he said this like 17 times.
And my answer was, I don't fucking know, man. Like, let's just do it. Just sign the shit.
I hate my doctor does that too.
Has the show actually started?
Like,
I guess.
I'm asking you. You're just trying to protect yourself to keep me from suing you.
It's like, should you do it? I don't know. Should I hit a buffet on the way home? No, probably not. But I'm probably fucking going to. You know,
fucking nasty.
That was a fat joke, guys. If you guys did not realize it.
Yeah. So, the farmers did a podcast on us. You know that?
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, you heard about it. Did you watch it?
No, man, I ain't it. I'm not the target audience for this thing, for sure.
You watch all of the documentaries about you.
I wouldn't say.
You comment on most of them. You make response videos to like every documentary about you. I'm not the target audience to listen to people talk about me. Okay, Boogie. I imagine Boogie just sits there and talks to himself about himself in his room alone at night. You know the N-word thing? That was just a smokescreen to cover the more embarrassing fact that Boogie literally just sits there alone at night in his house talking to himself about himself, like working out his fucking stories.
Yeah, but it's just I generally, as much as I like talking about drama, as much as I don't mind being in drama, I don't necessarily like listening to other people talk about drama.
Yeah,
Does
that
make sense?
Sure.
I'm the same way.
Stop lying.
Unless it's like
embarrassing.
a consumable video that's kind of funny. Like the Willie Mack video about Hassan. I enjoyed that. It's got to be like.
Yeah, I like Nerd City. Nerd City does it really well.
I don't even know who that is.
I wish Nerd City uploaded more often. He does it really well.
He said pretentious jerk off.
I'm assuming Nerd City has never made a video on Boogie if Boogie's praising him.
I'm not going to upload very often.
I like it when he does, though.
Well, he's talented. There's no doubt about it. But he's a pretentious jerk off. Okay. Yes, I'm talking to you, Nerd City. Let's see. I do want to go over some of the stuff that happened in that podcast. I think it was interesting.
If Boogie's pretending to not watch it, why even talk about it?
It was about you, honestly, Boogie.
Yeah,
and you're a liar. You're manipulative.
Yep.
The same old stuff. I agree with all of it because I've experienced it over the past week. I think there's.
Sorry, I'm just looking up who Nerd City is on the other screen here, and it's literally just like shitting on like Logan Paul and SS Sniper Wolf and iDubbbz, who are all people that Boogie personally doesn't like. So yeah, it makes sense.
Some truth to it. Mudar said something that really kind of got me upset in your behalf, if you can believe that, right?
Oh, neat. Well, I know he must have fucked up if you're defending me.
I've defended you before, face. And
I'm just saying, like, right now.
Oh, my God. Yeah, like, he's watching porn. Yeah, okay. Jesus, this is so cringe. Boogie, we know you watched it. We know you watched the entire thing 6 times.
Particular moment, if you're defending me, as annoying as I've been to work with over the last couple of weeks, you know what I'm saying?
Because I'll tell you what happened. It's like, you know Mudar hates your guts, right?
Yeah, I think so. He says that he doesn't, but I think he does.
Of course he does. So. But like at some point, I think he realized that it's really bad for his brand to kind of hate you because, like, what was the quote? Nick asked him, you know, just that if he hated him or not, and he said he joined the podcast because he wanted Boogie to be better. I'm like
that. Yeah. Well, but that's cringe. But I agree because I commented on that specifically. That is incredibly cringe that he said that but I took it as a different way than it's not him trying to protect his brand because I don't think anyone sees that as his brand of like protecting lolcows and fixing lolcows. So I don't agree with Tommy here. I think it is purely that he's trying to like reel it back because he doesn't want to be mentioned in Boogie's inevitable self-deletion note.
Fuck out of here! You hate your guts. And
I mean, that might be the case. I mean, at the end of the day, okay. Well,
but also at the same time, Tommy C is like, so incredibly autistic that he didn't understand that Moist Critical said that he thinks Boogie's a bad guy and that it's sad to see him this way. He's like, why would he think it's sad to see you like this if he doesn't like you? That doesn't make sense. But at the same time, Mudahar can say like, I hate Boogie, but I'm here trying to make him better. Like Tommy C does seem to think those feelings cannot coexist. So I guess that's why Tommy C just does not understand this.
Let's take this for example: Logan Paul, Jake Paul. I hate Logan Paul, Jake Paul.
Oh my god! Didn't I literally just fucking mention that 1 nanosecond ago with fucking Nerd City? Holy shit! I am a messiah. I have come down from the heavens to impart potato fucking knowledge on you guys. Fuck. Every time! He literally did this last stream, he brought up fucking Jake and Logan Paul, and he's going to say that wouldn't piss on them if they're on fire.
About the last episode, I'll probably talk about the next one too.
Every episode.
But do I hate him in a way that I want him to die or suffer or be miserable? No. I just want him to stop being pricks.
You literally said last episode that if they caught fire, you wouldn't piss on them to save their lives. I don't want them to die, though. Then what do you want? What do you want?
Right? Like, that's it. That's my limit to how I feel.
Mark, because they get women without paying for them. Mark, I think you forgot the entirely real story where both Boogie and Logan Paul shared the same half-sister prostitutes. I think you've forgotten about that story, so maybe just like correct yourself, all right? Because Logan Paul has to pay the same woman that Boogie's paying. Because Logan Paul and Boogie, they're on the same level of success and like sex appeal, I suppose. Mark, that's what Boogie claimed. That's what fucking Boogie claimed, the fucking insane story, where he claimed that he slept with 2 half-sisters. One story they're sugar babies, one story they're escorts, one story they're just plain prostitutes, all that kind of shit. And he claimed that they turn out to be half-sisters. He makes it, like, the whole story's stupid. He's said it about 17 times. I can't go through all variations. But it pretty much ends with there are 2 super hot, like 25-year-old Canadian girls who travel across America sleeping with YouTubers, and they had slept with Logan Paul and proved it to him somehow or something like that by showing that they were in one of his videos playing Switch with him or something like that. And they also slept with Boogie because they're specifically sleeping with and collecting YouTubers that they have slept with, even though they keep it total secret, apart from they just tell anyone apparently if you ask. It's so stupid.
Openly dislike Jake and Logan Paul.
Die, but it's just
right. But that's what I'm saying. Right? Like
it's just
that goes around. So he's really bounced back. The second he could like insult people who've wronged him in the past, he instantly bounced back from his bad cancer day. It's oh my god, it's so strange.
Sounds like such utter horseshit. You know that he was like he's sitting there like at one point Nick says like he says, well, you hate a Boogie, right? And like Buddha's like, no, I don't really hate Boogie. I never.
But to be fair, I also just think because people will say to me repeatedly, it's like you hate Boogie. It's like I don't hate Boogie. I don't like him, but I don't hate him. Hating is like for a lot of people like a really strong emotion. Like when Mudahar recorded that thing where he said he hated Boogie, that was right after Boogie was caught like fucking DMing his fucking wife over and over again. So I understand him being like, fucking hate you after that. I understand that. But this is not like this is not like an insane thing where someone can say, I fucking hate you at one point and be like, I don't actually fucking hate him, he's just a dick. Like, I think that's totally normal. Tommy C, the more I see him, the more autistic I think he is. every time I see him speak for a while, I'm like, oh, okay. Bad cancer, half hour. He's a waste of life.
Oh, like, because, I don't want him wasting his life. It was, like, really phony. So I want to know what you think to that, because I like Muda, too. I like Muda more than I like you. But I thought that was pretty fake.
I think Muda has gone hard. Like I said about the Charlie video, right? Charlie definitely went hard against me, but I think Charlie... Right, I think Charlie is leaning into the show business of it. I think maybe Muda's leaning into the show business.
Everyone who doesn't like me is exaggerating it for a comedy effect, guys. It's like what he said about me. He literally said it on live stream. It's like, oh, that darn Irishman, he doesn't even believe what he says. He's just doing it for my attention. That is actually what he claimed about me. is that I don't believe what I say about him in a negative way, and I'm doing it for his fucking attention. That is actually what he fucking said about me. Anyone who criticizes him, Boogie's like, huh, they must really like me. Charlie can go and say, I think Boogie's a bad person, I think he treats women like shit, and Boogie's like, huh, he must really like me. That's so cringe.
Of it too. Number two, I do think I rub Muda the wrong way, but I rub a lot of people the wrong way.
Yep.
Sure.
But I do think there has been periods of time where Muda went probably harder than the show business requirement of it, you know? Like there's do it for the show business and there's do it because he seems like it's personal. And I think at some points it seemed personal to me.
Yeah, I don't know why, because like Charlie went way harder than you.
Specify.
In those videos.
I think so too, yeah. I think Charlie...
Then why do you forgive Charlie?
But that's stupid. You just Tommy C, don't ask him why he forgives Charlie. Ask him why he just contradicted himself. Because he's saying going like, oh, well, Charlie went hard, but it's because he was doing a show business thing. However, the thing with Muda... when he went harder because he went past the showbiz thing, and it's just like I said, and then he's like, oh, but Charlie was harder. Yeah, he was. So how does that make sense? How was Charlie harder than Mudahar, but not harder than the showbiz thing? But Mudahar was less hard than Charlie, but harder than him. What the? That doesn't make sense. Ask that fucking question. Not why did you forgive him? He forgave him because he wanted to suck his dick for attention. Tommy, it's not that difficult.
And not Muda. Why do you kind of forgive Charlie and not Muda? Yeah, that's a little weird.
I mean, I've watched Charlie a lot, and I've watched Muda a lot, and
I'm a big fan of both of them. Really like them. Favorite YouTubers. Really like Sonny V2. Talented guy. Still subscribe to him to this day.
I don't like
because Mudahar isn't white. Well, I didn't want to be the one to bring it up this week.
Either of them dislike me as much as they do, but I also understand it. It's Charlie made a video about it. Muda slid into my DMs to call me a waste of space, right?
Mudahar slipped into your... You DM'd him first. Christ almighty.
And so, like, again, I mentioned his name on Twitter, so you got every right to slide into my DMs if you want.
You DM'd him first as well. You DM'd both him and his wife first. The fuck? Oh my god. Tommy C, where's the pushback?
And stuff like that. But,
why did you make such a big deal about his private conversation 6 months ago about your girlfriend? Why did you make that a federal case?
I didn't. Okay. I just mentioned it on Twitter. I was like, hey, I know a lot of people have heard these leaks, and I've heard these leaks as well, and I wouldn't expect anything else but the people in this group chat to feel the way they feel and do what they did. Like, I think it's super fucked up.
And you specifically called out Mudahar, only Mudahar from it. You ran defense for Keem, and you said some wavy guy. It's like, I'm really sad that he said these things because I'm a real big fan of his. And then from Mudahar, you're like, but I wouldn't expect anything different from Mudahar.
So you got pissed off. Like,
yes, he messaged Mudahar's wife. Mudahar stopped responding to Boogie because he was, I think, firstly he was driving, and secondly because Boogie was just getting on his fucking tits. So he started DMing Mudahar's wife, who was sitting beside Mudahar in the car at the fucking time.
This is what Muda says about you. Instead of coming out and just saying, fuck you, how dare you talk about my girlfriend, you do it in this, like, sort of half-ass please everybody attitude. Say, fuck that, I don't want to talk about my girl that way.
No, he didn't. He specifically called it Mudahar. You're just wrong. He did. He came out, pretended he didn't care about it, and also called out Mudahar for it at the same time. And then when Mudahar responded to him, he cried that Mudahar was making it public. This is the biggest problem when you have someone who doesn't know, like, what actually happened. Kind of challenging him for it, because it's like, that's not what happened. Boogie actually was a lot worse.
What the fuck?
I mean, it's a commentary community. He's allowed to talk about whatever he wants to talk about. I'm not here to censor somebody.
Don't red herring me. I didn't say he didn't. I'm talking about you. He's like, here's the thing, Boogie. Everybody calls you a fucking liar and a fake and a fraud. You're really not.
Because I have lied. I have lied.
Yeah. But I mean, Jesus Christ, like, why continue to like not even just lie? I mean, you lie when you feel cornered. I'm pretty sure that's the.
Where's the lie here?
You're also literally everything I've just listed off. Where's the lie here, though? I haven't lied once. I literally just listed off like 20 fucking lies. The dude's a pathological liar. He can't say the same story twice in a fucking row. Like, even the butthole story I mentioned earlier, and the Logan Paul fucking story I mentioned earlier, he's lied repeatedly about every fucking thing.
I don't feel cornered here.
Yeah, but you're
I'm telling you, I said what I meant in that tweet.
The whole thing between you is because of those leaks.
Because I made one tweet, which you can bring up if you want, but it said, I saw these leaks, I'm aware of them, that's what I had expected.
Tweet was deleted, this is the best version I could find. Yeah, because that... Bro, fucking editor, DM me. I've got all the fucking tweets. Jesus Christ. I wonder if I should just look them up here very quickly, because I think I still have them. Let me second here. Let's see if I get it, and you guys can see how I do shit over here. 1 second. Where would it's even be? Is it here? No. That's not it. Sorry. I know it's around here. Oh, is that not in this bit? Oh, okay. Oh, I'm gonna play. I'm gonna keep searching.
From those people, I'm not even disappointed
There you
anymore.
go. Those people. Of course.
Yeah, that group of people.
Those people, namely Indians.
Like, yeah, the people that are in that chat. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know that's gonna rub people.
You realize that a lot.
Go ahead, Wings.
You realize a lot of people dislike the fact that you fenced it as hard as you do, right?
But I mean, but people get mad at me for being fake. So let's say I pretended to be angry about this than I am. They're going to see it's right through that too. I'm not angry. I'm just going to say how it is. I'm going to say how I am.
But you are, if you're calling out Mudahar specifically, then you are angry about it. Like obviously.
Right, like if I tried to
be
fake
authentic about it.
Right, I'm being authentic about it. I just don't really give that big of a... At the end of the day, like I'm dealing with other shit. I'm dealing with my life. I'm dealing with polycythemia. I'm dealing with the money. I'm dealing with everything else. I don't really give that big of a fuck what a group chat has to say about me in secret.
I don't believe that.
I generally don't, right? Like,
do.
it sucks that Keemstar was spreading this information. It sucks that he misremembered that. He sucked that him and Brantley were wrong.
I thought it was a private conversation.
Regardless, why even spread it privately? Why even make up something and tell people behind
I can't sit there and
why
say...
why make something up and spread misinformation privately? I still don't think that's
Are we talking about the same thing? The Brantley? I want to make sure because I don't want to miss...
Yeah. Keemstar was under the mistaken impression that my girlfriend was 18 when we started dating, presumably 17 when we stared talking.
And he said
which
it
is obviously not true. And he said that privately amongst a group of commentary creators.
Can't fucking find it. Kind of cringe just in general that he's trying to do this whole thing. It's like, why spread it privately? It's like, well, people can talk about things. Like, that is just like standard. People can talk about things. And I'm sorry, if both Keemstar and Brantley both came out and said that Boogie said this, and then I'm kind of just like, I'm kind of leaning towards them being right. Because unless both of them both decided to make this up, then I don't really know what Boogie's going for here. But it's just a whole shit he was like, it's making it harder for me to date her. It's already hard enough. You guys are making it even harder by them talking about it privately. And then Boogie was the one who shared it to his audience. He shared the fucking leaks to his audience. And during it called out Mudahar. I have the tweets somewhere. I just can't remember what folder they're in.
That they would probably take that in consideration when making their content. But regardless, even if, like Tommy, if I
felt Wings, does this sound like it doesn't bother him at all?
I'll tell you what bothers me, Tommy,
it bothers him a lot.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, what bothers me is that Keemstar got that wrong and knew as early as June. I sent Brantley and Boblax proof that she was 20 in June.
So? But they weren't talking about it after the confirmation. They were talking about... See, the thing is, Boogie has this weird idea that people are talking about this because they still think she is like 18. No one has claimed that. No one in any of those chats were claiming that she is still 18. People know she's 20 because Boblax had already confirmed it. Keemstar had already confirmed. People knew that, you know? I have her ID in my wallet. Exactly. So people already knew that. People were making the claim that Boogie was trying to flex on them. To say, I've got an 18-year-old super hot girlfriend, which 100% sounds like something he'd do. How long do you think the relationship will last? Mid-next year? Okay, Lance Corporal, the problem with that question is, firstly, you have to ask me, do I think this is a relationship? That's the first thing you have to ask me. And if it's not a sugar baby thing, where she kind of moves in and out, comes back and forth, you know, to appear in a video or a Twitch stream here and there, because, you know, the money kind of ebbs and flows. Or, you know, maybe she is living there rent-free and she's just going to be able to go out and get her money elsewhere, doing other things, who knows, quote-unquote. So, like, yeah, maybe... Boogie's already the one who claimed that he first got a message from her in November. Oh wait, it actually wasn't November. It was actually in February of last year, but I didn't respond till April, and then she responded in November. And because she had responded 7 months after I sent a message, I knew she was lonely, and that's why we started talking and became best friends. And then she told me in February that she loved me, and then I waited 2 months to accept her request to be my girlfriend because she requested to be my girlfriend, guys. I'm that big a giga chad, if we're being honest with ourselves. And then, but, you know, weirdly, I always seem to keep waiting until right after her birthday to do things. It's so fucking suspicious, guys. And then in October, like I said, there's that footage that seems to be of Des too. So it's like, well, how much of the relationship are we meant to believe is actually real when there's so much conflicting information about it? You know, it's really as simple as that.
In a private chat, who gives a fuck? It's a private chat. It wasn't meant. Now it did leak, and I understand you being upset.
Oh, good luck, Lisa, with your exam as well. Hope you get your insurance license.
About that.
Which is,
I'll give you that. But I mean,
again, I'm not mad about the leak, and I'm not mad about the
so
what I'm mad about
is
Keemstar being wrong and making bullshit up and being wrong. He
wasn't making things up. He was talking to somebody else. I think she's like, what was he saying? Did he say, I know for a fact she even is. It's a private conversation.
He said that Boogie told me that she was 18, which never happened.
I just want to make sure I'm not fucking crazy. Brantley, how old was this girl?
18. He also told Kid behind the camera.
Like, he told us she was 18. You know he's saying that she's 20 now, right?
He's literally lying?
That's what he just told the internet.
Oh, that never happened. So you said he made.
That never happened. I never said that.
All right.
Why?
Why isn't Kid Behind the Camera weighed in on this? This is the one thing I find like very weird. Why hasn't Kid Behind the Camera come in and said anything about this? You know, because surely this would be the type of time where he should be coming in and saying, yeah, no, definitely 100% Boogie never said that. I haven't seen any confirmation. They were during the argument online with Brantley and Keem and all, they were tagging him and he didn't respond.
So he was bullshit. All right. Well, okay, that makes then I take it back. Then that makes I didn't see that part.
I never did.
Okay.
And that's upsetting to me. But I mean, me and Keem got past that, and I'm glad to be past it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But Keem redacted. He put it out on his Twitter. He showed everybody that he was wrong, and that's great. Then we're past it. But
he didn't. God's sake, he didn't come out and said, actually, guys, I was wrong about the whole thing. Didn't happen. didn't fucking happen because he was still coming after him. Where is this? This is fucking gonna get on my tits now because I need to get way better at organizing like literally everything in my life. But that's not what happened. Keem didn't come out and confirm, oh yes, Boogie is so right. I'm so sorry, guys, ooh, because I'm such an idiot or anything like that. I literally cannot find this and it's getting on my tits now. Because originally he had Boogie apparently phoned Keem and went absolutely fucking nuts on the phone with Keem, just apparently totally going off at him, raging about the whole thing. And Keem came on and just said, Boogie's on the phone with me going fucking nuts here, saying yes, he did show me the driver's license, which does prove she's 20. And Boogie's like, see, that confirms that he was wrong all along. And it's like, that was never the claim. Oh, it's literally never. It's not. People are not saying she is still an 18-year-old virgin. People are saying that you lied about her age to try and flex on people. That is what. And Keemstar, it'll be in some video at some point because I have the screenshots. I literally just can't find them at the moment. Keemstar came out and said, "No, I did not misremember things. You fucking had told me previously that she was 18. So no, I did not misremember things. You're just a fucking idiot." And that was more or less where I kind of got left off. I'm still looking here in the background because I don't know how my organization skills, because they're generally pretty bad, but I don't know how my organization skills go. It's so fucking bad that I literally can't even find this here when it should be like kind of tucked around with everything else I have. Why did I manage this? Why am I so bad at everything I do, guys? This is depressing. Is this it? Yeah, okay, one sec, guys. I think I might have found it. Okay, okay, here we go. This is what he said, okay? So, he said, yeah, but to be fair, if Keemstar's lying about my girlfriend's age to the entire comedy community, wasn't on my bingo card when I said that. You can be done with the drama, but sometimes drama ain't done with you. Keemstar responded, stop saying Keemstar lied about my girlfriend's age, just not true. You told me, Brantley, Kid Behind the Camera, your girlfriend was 18. Now maybe I heard you wrong, maybe you misspoke. Regardless, you proved in June that she was 20, which we all accepted. There is no lie. That's how Keem ended it. That is how Keem ended it online. And Boogie then deleted everything after Keem came out and just shit all over him. Because Keem is still saying, I think you told me that she was 18. That is what Keem is still arguing to this day. But Boogie's like, well, I showed ID and says she's 20.
At the end of the day, like, that's what bothered me. Isn't that there's a bunch of people talking behind my back. It's just that they're talking about bullshit behind my back.
Sure.
And here's the problem. And there's a biggest reason I have. This is why it bothered me when Keemstar did this.
Okay.
Yeah, Michael, you're exactly right. I was dating a 19-year-old girl, not an 18-year-old girl. Don't you see? Exactly. Like, that's the thing. It is so, because like, she first messaged me when she was 18, but I waited until she was 19 to respond or something. And then she admitted she was in love with me when she was 19, but I waited till she was 20 before we started dating. And it's like, okay. Okay, even with the booty call to Missouri, which is her home state, even with like you doing that trunk thing. Should I play it again, guys? For anyone who came in afterwards, this is what I'm keep talking about, okay?
And keep you underwater until you are breathing your last breath. Now, the last time you opened one of these trunks, it did not turn out well for you. But this one will be better. This will be better. You should try this one. Let's see what happens. You bet. Oh. Better let her out. Alone. Look at the details. Live cargo open immediately. I have a friend with me. You need to open this. Let's see what's in here.
I don't want to.
You can do it. Let's see what's in there.
Okay, so the first clip I showed you there was from a recent video he put out, which was on 12th of October this year, which includes him joking around with Des 2 that, it's like the last time you opened the crate, it didn't go well for you, but let's see if it goes well this time. And then I remember that actually happening before in a video, and I went and looked, and it was 26th of October 2022 was the other crate opening that I showed there. Obviously, we don't get to see like her really that clearly or anything like that, but it seems to be before Boogie's organized meeting of November time when he texted her, but he didn't meet her in person until, like, what did he claim, like June or something like that? Like May, June? He claimed he didn't meet her in person until around then. So it's like, well, explain that video, bro.
Because I am an unreliable witness, because I have definitely lied about some shit, and I've had to come clean about those lies, right?
Yeah, like
because that I am
like you literally never do. I love Boogie always says this. It's like, I've lied about things, and I've come clean about those certain things. It's like, he never specifies.
Swatted. That's your best lie.
Well, I didn't. I just changed the dates, but still, we'll talk about that in a minute, but I just changed the dates.
Okay, so I admit when I lie to things. Okay, so about when you got swatted? No, I didn't lie about that. we're back to the shit again.
Okay.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, because I'm an unreliable witness, when someone like Keemstar or Mudahar or somebody else decides to make something up, and I'm not saying that Muda did in this case, be very careful there, because I know Muda could take that very personal, but Keemstar did make that mistake. And when he
Why isn't our Irish potato hosting this? Because Boogie just wouldn't do it.
This information, it is believable.
He was never swatted as proof. Oh, I know he was never swatted. Boogie knows he was never swatted. Boogie is now claiming, oh no, I was swatted. I changed the date. It's like, oh, that's weird when you're talking about to Turkey Tom, you admitted you were never swatted, and instead they were weaponized welfare checks. It's so weird you're now back to calling it swatting again. That's so weird, Boogie. It's almost like during this segment where you say that you admit to your lies, you're lying about admitting to your lies. It's so bizarre.
Because I'm not believable. Right?
Oh, I see.
Yeah, because you lie constantly.
So I think it's very important that someone like Keemstar does his due diligence, especially when I'm like, hey, here's proof she's 20, man. And then he just keeps talking about it. I think that's not great.
Yeah, he's talking about it. Okay.
Yeah, but when did he talk about it? But when was he talking about it? He wasn't talking about it public or anything. God. And the tweets that we saw, like the leaked messages in the DMs, those probably came afterwards. Like, the ID probably came after that. Like, what?
Okay.
And it also still doesn't change the fact that he is not claiming that she is 18. He is claiming that you said she was 18. Boogie, it's just a very standard manipulation tactic. Boogie is literally just arguing a straw man here. Like, people are not saying what he says they're saying. It's like, all these people saying that she is currently 18, and she's not, guys. It's like, no one's saying that, bro. They're saying that you flexed that she was 18.
I'm not going to.
And yeah, Wings is coming across great
right
from
to
this.
Be upset about that. I think it's a little. I think it bothers you a lot more than you say, but I mean that's a ridiculous comment.
Well, again, people talking behind my back is going to happen. I don't really give a shit about that.
Yeah, sure.
It was kind of disappointing to see, like,
we've literally spent the last 10 minutes ranting about this, and Boogie just ends up with like, I don't give a shit. Okay.
Some of the people that were in that chat, saying some of the things they're saying. Like, I think one person, I don't remember specifically who, but like, we need to find out this girl's true information because I know it's not real. She's probably under, like all kinds of jacked up stuff.
That's incel speak.
Yeah, and I didn't expect that.
What?
Coming from anybody in that. I didn't expect that coming from anybody in that. But whatever. It is what it is. Like you said, it is a private conversation. It was never meant for public consumption.
Sure.
Nobody actually doxed her.
Fair.
They were just bullshitting in a private group chat.
Sure,
I don't really get that big of it.
No, wait, Boogie, no one actually doxed her? Boogie, that's weird. I thought you claimed that you had to reveal her to the public because she had been doxed. That's so weird, Boogie. It's almost like you keep making this shit up over and over again. I'm literally getting the fucking the leaked text up here in the background because I don't remember people saying like we need to go out and search for her and find out real. I don't remember that, but hey, maybe they did. And I will look it up and I will let you know, guys.
Right,
but I do, and I'll always be mad at you, Keem. I'll always be mad at you.
I also just love that Wings is just like now just calls everyone incels. Oh, PK audience incels. People criticizing Boogie and thinking he's lying about the age of his girlfriend because he said two different ages. They must be incels too, you guys.
You had proof in June, and it took you until November to come clean. That pisses me off.
Why did you lie to me about the ceasefire between you and me?
Okay, by the way, it was 11th of July. These messages were just saying. Also, the proof doesn't mean anything.
Last week.
I think I was mostly just confused, man.
Just confused?
I told Muda in DMs, and I'll show you. Well, no, I told Muda in DMs, and like, look, if it upsets you this much when I mention you on Twitter, I won't say your name again. Period.
Yeah.
Boogie manipulation coming in. Well, Muda, if it upsets you this much, I won't mention. It's like maybe you didn't upset him. Maybe it's because you specifically called him out. And maybe then because you then started like DMing his wife, maybe that upset. Is this just a standard? But I wasn't upset. I don't mind. I'm not bothered by any of this, guys. Did I not tell you I had shrooms back in February? I'm not bothered by any of this stuff. It's Mudahar who's mad. I'm not mad. You're mad, guys.
That's the last information I had from him. Whether he read that or agreed to it, I don't know. But that's what I said.
Nobody wants this fucking ceasefire.
I didn't say anything about a ceasefire. I said I don't want to talk about it because I told him I wouldn't talk about him. That's it.
I got a bone to pick with you, Boogie.
Yeah, go ahead.
And nobody's been making this up there. Sure. Why you throw your boy Mike Klum under the bus?
I didn't. What are you talking
numerous
about?
times.
Yo, 100% you did. First off, you stated that Mike Klum fudged the numbers on the documentary to make it more interesting.
Because he did. He said that literally live on my fucking live stream. You can go check it.
He didn't. He ballparked some figures. You said no, you're trying to make it that he lied that he got $40,000 into $200,000, which is just not the case, like at all. I'm looking through here, guys. Like I said, I might be wrong, but I'm looking through these leaks here, and I'm not seeing people being like, we need to go out and hunt her down in real life and find out what is actually with her. I'm not really seeing that. Wavy Web Surf will say the trolls will demand that he show the ID. Like here, Wavy Web Surf said the trolls will demand that he show the ID, but you know. Someone's here. Who said this here? Xylee, I need the A-loggers to find her damn Insta already. I need to know if her age is on there. There. Okay. That's it. Not, we're going to track her down in real life and shit like that. The Boogie. It was Xylee. That was the one woman in the chat. Was the one most scared for her and wants to try and find out her age because they're worried about her. But yeah, that's in. Wings. That's incel behavior. Guys, everyone, that woman's an incel for being scared about the 20-year-old girl potentially dating a 50-year-old. Wings, it's an incel. Oh, Christ.
The only way that he could have fudged those numbers is have access to your information. So you had to be consulted to make those numbers to be fudged.
No, and then Boogie watched it and let it go ahead.
He didn't. I told him. So let's use the
Wait,
boxing
so he didn't have access to your numbers,
for example, because I know that's probably the one you're talking about.
Yeah,
I told him
boxing numbers. You paid $1,500 for a trainer, and I feel like I'm owed that $1,500.
Well, I spent $1,500 on physical therapy. He wrote trainer.
No, you said $2,000 in physical therapy.
I spent it on physical therapy.
No.
So, that's the mistake he made there.
What do you lost?
You know, but did I spend $10,000 in preparation for that fight? Yes. Did I spend it on the specifics that he put in there? No. He should have been more clear about these things. I didn't have to pay for flights. I didn't have to pay for hotels. And
he should have been more clear. You're the one who gave him the information. He should have. Guys, really, we need to be picking up his slack here. Jesus, actual fuck. Okay, fucking embarrassing. Okay, sorry, one sec. I'm doing my thing again here, guys. Oh, there you go. You know what Boogie said? I claimed I spent $1,500 in physical therapy, and that's what I told Mike. Where did the $2,000 physical therapy and separate $1,500 in boxing lessons? You've made it even worse. You've made it even worse by lying about this, because now the figures make even less sense. Every single fucking time. Every time he talks about this. I'm like, there's another thing I'm going to have to add. I'm going to have to add to this, to this video now. Oh my god, he's so bad at this. Boogie's the one who watched this. 2,000 on meals. Shamino, Boogie claimed at one point he spent 1,000 on Ubers. On Ubers. For like 5 days in London, where he was being driven by the company. Obviously organized his cars so they wanted him to be in certain places at certain times. He couldn't spend $1,000 on Ubers. London isn't that big, bro. Jesus Christ. Oh, embarrassing, Boogie. You're so embarrassing.
He did not get that right. And by the way, me and Mike have talked, and we talked about the specific thing. And Mike has said,
yeah, but did you not okay it? Like, did you not see the documentary before? It was like, all right, we're going to put it out. It's sitting here. It's marinating.
My thought process,
or did you just do?
My thought process was, I wasn't ready for that level of weaponized autism where people are going to try to crunch numbers and do all.
He wasn't ready for that level of weaponized autism, even though he claimed that his career was ruined by Salman Talki, where an army, he claims army of trolls, spent thousands of man-hours to ruin his life. Boogie wasn't ready for people to sit there and look at this and go like, that doesn't make sense. Why would you pay for your flights? Doesn't make sense. Why would you pay for your hospital bills? Wings was the one who came out and said this was a lie. Is Wings the weaponized autist? Like, what the fuck? He's so stupid. Weaponized. I wasn't ready for this level. Bro, you're the one who claims Salman Talki ruined your life because they spent thousands of man-hours hunting through, every nano-inch about your entire being online.
All this stuff.
Oh, come on.
No, genuinely, I thought this documentary told...
Even the potatoes can handle these numbers.
Truth, and it does.
No, it doesn't.
And it told a very specific version of the truth.
Documented.
It tells a specific version of the truth? The fuck does that mean? Bro... We speak English here. What the fuck does that even mean? It tells a specific version of the truth? Is that a weird way of saying a lie?
You have 1,500 trolls, and you didn't think by giving a hard number people wouldn't look into it? Are you kidding me?
I didn't care that much, if I'm being honest with you. They can look into it if they want to.
All you do is cry about it.
Look, the spirit of the doc.
All you do is cry about it. All you do is fucking talk about it since. I don't care if people know I'm lying, because this is, a version of the truth.
Look, the spirit of the documentary is there.
What?
I am sick. I am broke. All of that's the truth. You can make up whatever you want to make up beyond that.
Beautiful.
If you're mad because he missed,
I'm so happy. I got to include that in it. Thank God, because I keep looking through and I'm saving stuff, being like, why did Boogie do this documentary? I'll give a short answer for you guys. In my opinion, Boogie did this documentary because he believed he could manipulate people into feeling sorry for him. That is what I believe Boogie did that. Because Boogie going, this is to expose all. And then when Boogie sums up his documentary, it's, I'm sick. And I'm broke, guys. He literally fucking says in a tweet, it's like, it shows the truth, the goods and the bads. And it ends on a happy note, guys. Because he thinks, that's why the shrooms thing is the last thing in it. Because he thinks people will just be like, oh, wow, Boogie was a bad guy. Thank God he took those shrooms and he's fixed now. So thanks, Boogie, for the soundbite.
Spelled Holocaust, because he did. If you're mad because he typed...
It's called Holocaust, firstly, but okay.
He typed in the wrong figures. If you're mad because he typed in the wrong drug information...
If you're mad that he typed in, like, just everything is Clum's fault. No, I don't think people are mad that he typed in... I think people are mad that you're very blatantly fucking lying about it. Weaponized hypogonadism, exactly. Weaponized low testosterone.
He made mistakes. This is his first documentary. And he didn't get everything 100% correct. And Mike has told me, by the way, if you have any questions about this stuff, direct them to Mike.
Direct them to Mike.
Like, you're asking me to speak for Mike. I can't do that.
Well, no, because you're the one who gave him the information, so we'll speak to you. Thanks. Because you're the one who literally, in this, just said, I did still spend over $10,000 on it. It's just not in what Mike said. For example, I spent $1,500 on physical therapy, which Mike, for some reason, thought was boxing training. Even though there's a figure for $2,000 for physical therapy included in the fucking math there.
Did not deliberately. You
think that's better than first? Yeah.
You didn't give him,
because I did
give him false numbers deliberately.
No, of course not.
Okay.
So you
I spent $10,000.
Of course not. Of course not. Even though I've spent a lot of time in this episode saying I lie all the time, but refusing to accept any lie that I've ever said. Of course I didn't lie to him about that.
I think you owe him an apology.
Yep.
Don't. Me and Mike have talked about it.
Here's
if
why.
I owed Mike an apology, I would have given it to him 2 days ago when I talked to him about this.
I don't care that you talked to him.
He didn't feel I owed him an apology.
Yeah,
I don't feel I owed him an
That's
apology.
because he's playing you fucking idiot. If anyone wants to see what Mike Clum on the H3 podcast when they're talking about the Boogie documentary, Jimmy Lee or whatever the fuck his name is, the other guy that Mike Clum was making a documentary on, calls in. Mike talks to him like he's actually talking to a child. He seriously just sits there talking to him like he's a fucking child, which is the same voice he puts on when he talks to fucking Boogie.
Know the answer to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you the question I know the answer to.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Are your view numbers up?
Sure. Yeah.
Cool.
Are they staying
They're
up?
like at least 50%, right?
Sure, yeah.
Like,
Are they staying up?
and would that have happened without Mike's help?
I think, no, of course not.
Okay.
So like throwing him under the bus is the.
It's not throwing him under the bus. It's not throwing him under the bus to point out that he.
Oh my God, Wings is shitting all over him. Holy shit!
Made a mistake, and it's not throwing him under the bus when he admits he made that mistake, and we're all just okay with it.
No,
we're all just okay with it. It's not throwing anybody under the bus.
On your live stream, I'm not aware of this live stream. So on your live stream, he admitted screwing it up. You didn't.
He admitted fudging the numbers. He admitted misspelling.
He didn't admit fudging the numbers. He said we ballparked some figures because we're going back years for some of the figures. That's it. He said he ballparked some figures.
Holocaust.
I messed up. He admitted the spelling mistake.
Admitted putting the wrong drug information in. He put it all in there.
Okay.
No, incorrect.
Yeah. It's he. Like I said, this is his first documentary, and he did an exceptional job. This is in the.
He's 44. Boogie's 49.
99th percentile of best YouTube things ever fucking made. Did he make a couple of minor mistakes along the way? Yeah, he sure did. And I think
he make a couple of minor mistakes, like all the financial details. You know, a couple of minor mistakes, all the financial details, when it was like the most important thing about Boogie, apparently. You know, Boogie says he fucked up all of the financial figures, but it's just, you know, 1 or 2 mistakes.
It's okay.
Oh,
I think that's okay.
Did he pull the $200,000 on hookers out of his ass?
No, we rounded that number up.
From 70,000? That's what you claimed last episode. Oh yeah, we rounded up. When you round up, you don't round up to the next 200,000.
we definitely took about 100K, a little over 100K.
Oh my God, no, it's a little over 100K. I need to stop watching stuff on Boogie because every time I do, my video gets like 4 minutes longer. Every single time I do.
So you lied. So you both lied.
So you both lied.
It's
adjusting for inflation. It's just a rounded number.
It's like 3 years go.
Well, it was 2000. It was 2000.
No, it wasn't. It was only 1 year ago, actually.
2017. It was 2000. It was 2018. You might not have noticed, but inflation spiked a lot.
2018, Boogie, you're still sugaring like 2022. What are you still fucking talking about?
It's 2018.
200,000 more? Really? That much? No,
well, not 200,000 more.
I'll keep my mouth shut. I do not understand that.
I'm so fucking fat. I only deal with inflation and fast food prices.
Oh boy.
My Bojangles meals went up $4.
But yeah, I mean, again, and this is my thought process when I was watching the documentary. What does it really matter? Like, for example, one of the things people pointed out.
It does matter.
They're like, you only include your YouTube income. Yep. Well, no, I also included Twitch and merchandising and everything else.
No, you didn't.
But it's easier when there's a limited amount of room space to just put YouTube income.
No. Do you know what there's an easier way of saying? Income. When we don't have much space, so I just said YouTube income. If you had a limited amount of space, you would just say fucking income, you dildo. This guy's a fucking idiot. And there's no way that is all of his income put together. When he's like gloating about getting like thousands of dollars in fucking t-shirts and like thousands of dollars in whatnot, thousands of dollars in OnlyFans, but then he says, I still only made $25,000 last year. It's like, no, you didn't.
Because my job is YouTuber, right? We didn't think of the level of weaponized autism that we were going to need to say, somebody donated me $3. Somebody donated me $8. I made $19.
Oh, you're getting shit on Boogie. Yeah, I'm sorry, you're just lying. You're just caught in a lie and you have nothing. It's like, oh, weaponized evil autists. How are they, what is the weaponized autism? People say weaponized autism because they're able to find a flag flying out in the middle of the desert with no discerning features around it. That was weaponized autism. That's what people say when they say weaponized autism. Not when it's like, well, how did you find out Boogie was lying? It's like, well, I looked at his figures and I had a brain and they didn't make any fucking sense. So yeah, that's not weaponized autism. Yeah, he said weaponized autism. Rinse Jester's in here. He makes fun of my fucking math literally every fucking stream and video I do because my math is usually shit. Even me, Dumb McGee, fucking looked at that and went, well, that fucking stupid.
I'm sorry, I don't
like that doesn't make sense.
I don't dwell on every little thing, yeah, but I'm like, you're putting this huge number out. Yep. You've got a microscope on you already, and you're like, oh my god, everybody's a weaponized autist. Of course they were going to do that. You knew they were going to do that. Mike knew they were going to do that as well. I mean, if he had his brain fucking dead, if he didn't.
I mean, at the end of the day, let them. I mean, if that's their fucking hobby, let them do it, right? At the end of the day,
it's good for you.
At the end of the day,
if that's their hobby, what proving you wrong, this was meant to be you holding yourself 100% accountable. Like, I think I'm making you better. You are, Winchester. Thank you so much. This whole documentary is like, this is me making myself better and putting all the drama to bed. And then everything in it's a fucking lie. And he's just like, why are people still talking about the drama?
Themes of the documentary are entirely true, just like every other documentary ever made. Am I sick? Yes. Am I dating Desi? Yes. Am I broke? Yes. Those are all true. If you...
Literally the only thing in my life is dating a girl could potentially be a sugar baby because we lied about all the numbers of sugar babies and how I handle sugar baby stuff. So that was, we lied about a lot of stuff in that, but trust me, this one is definitely real. Money, lied about like all the figures, but you know, money, didn't include a lot of my medical issues, but you know, that was a separate part, and we lied about a bunch of stuff and we didn't include stuff. So yeah, the themes really are all the same. Bro, Jesus Christ. If those are the three main themes, maybe you wouldn't have lied about everything around them.
Need a very specific, detailed road to how I got there, literally down to the last dime. I'm not going to provide that for you.
Yeah, I don't blame you
I'm
for
sorry,
that.
that's a problem.
But you know, people...
As if people are asking, please provide us an itinerized list of everything you've ever made ever. No one is asking for that, you fucking idiot.
Because you've lied so much in the past. You've made up shit. You've gotten caught in all sorts of stupid shit.
Sure.
It's unnecessary. It's stuff that, like, you lied about stuff you didn't have to lie about. So you're putting a number out there. People can cross-check that, and they're going to. Every time. Every single time. And you can't just say it's weaponized autism. Yes, if you had a better reputation, nobody would check. How do you...
Well, a very early therapist pointed out something to me. And in fact, let's go with what my latest therapist said about this.
This is good. One of my earliest therapists actually showed... Wait, no, that doesn't sound good because people say the information's out of date. My most recent therapist actually also said it. I just remembered that. This is what I say. You can just tell when he starts lying because he had to change his story mid-fucking sentence. It's so cringe.
At the first one, right? Well, the first one said, okay, I'll say both. The first one said there's three groups of people in the world, Steve. There's the people that like you, the people that hate you, and the people that don't know who the fuck you are. Where are you going to spend your energy? On the people that don't know you, or the people that don't like you, or the people that love you? Obviously, you're going to spend your energy on the people that love you, right?
Imagine Boogie is the one sitting here unironically giving this advice about how you should spend your time and who you should focus on. Like, I don't know how many fucking, like screenshots I have of Boogie even after the shroom treatment that saved his life, just sitting there just arguing with just literal fucking nobodies online.
Right. So look at this. There's a group of people here that could potentially be people who watch my videos and enjoy them. There's people who will never watch my videos, and there's people who are going to watch my videos and fucking hate them, right? The people that ask these types of questions that are trying to get like this gotcha moment, all this shit, they're never going to be potential customers.
Firstly, I watch every single one of your videos, so actually I watch more than your actual fan base do. So firstly, boo-hoo for you. Trying to get a gotcha, no one has to try to get a gotcha. This is why the weaponized autism thing doesn't work. No one has to try to get a gotcha on Boogie, because if you just watch his stuff, you're like, well, literally none of this makes sense.
Potential viewers, potential whatever anyway, so I ain't too worried about it.
No,
right?
are you
the
not?
people I'm worried about is the people that watch me.
Remember the way he was on like a 4-hour long phone call with a hater last November who we think is FPS Butter Golem, and he ended up convincing him to delete his channel. And by convincing, I'm putting giant quotation marks, because later on FPS said he deleted his stuff because he was scared of getting sued by Boogie. I'm just saying, he doesn't spend time on his haters or anything. He doesn't care. He just spent 4 hours on the phone with the FPS Butter Golem probably, and he spent a couple of hours with Peepaw Riveter, because Peepaw Riveter talked about it, but he doesn't care. He just doesn't care about people with negative opinions. He doesn't give them the time of day, guys.
And they know the real me. They trust the real me, sure. And I'm okay with that.
See, do you know what? That's manipulation. When you're going, see, everyone who criticizes me, they don't know, but you guys, my fans, you all know the real me, right? You all know that I'm literally amazing, right? See, guys, you know the real me. That's just manipulation tactic. It's really lame.
If you're skeptical, that's fine. Be skeptical. I don't really give a shit.
It's not a question of being skeptical. This is not me calling you skeptical. You made the comment that the audience is just a bunch of weaponized autists. When it's like with
I'm saying it's weaponized autism to be like, I need to see every $3 donation you got on Twitch.
That's literally not what anyone has ever said. I am the most weaponized autist about Boogie. I will definitely say that, because I'm the person who's actually doing research and shit like that. So I would say I'm the most person with the most weaponized autism, using Boogie's own fucking phrasing for it, and I'm not saying that. I'm literally watching what he's talking about and just picking up the contradictions. That's literally all I'm doing. But he's like, oh, there are people who want me to show every single donation I've ever got. No, there's not, bro.
But you made it seem like the I didn't know that people were gonna fucking crunch the numbers like this. How did you not know that?
I guess I knew, but I just didn't care.
You did.
I just don't care.
I just don't care. I've just been ranting about it and insulting these people nonstop the entire time. But I don't care, guys. I don't care. It's just like the Mudahar thing. I don't care. It's just like the leak thing. I don't care. He has done nothing but get angry and upset this entire live stream, and then end it by going, but I don't care though. Every single time.
Why not say that? And this is why everybody hates your guts. Why don't you say, I don't give a fuck? And that's what Mudahar was saying. And he's kind of right about that.
Did you see that people have started LolCowLive reviews? I haven't. No, I'd have to watch them. I'm subscribed to him, but I haven't seen any of his stuff pop up recently. Jacob Donnelly, thank you very much for the super chat, my dude. Appreciate it. I wonder what People Are Riveters are going to say, but People Are Riveters are a lot softer than me, so I don't think it would go as hard on Boogie.
Yeah, at the end of the day, if you're the kind of person that needs to see every I dotted and every T crossed, then I ain't your guy.
Literally, no one is asking for that. But when people can just see the blatant incompetence of your lies, that's it. There didn't need to be deep digging. The reason I started this to begin with, because his lies about Frank Castle were so blatant, I was like, wait, that doesn't make sense. And that's when I started watching Boogie and covering him, because he lied so blatantly about Frank Castle. It's not like, I need everything covered off, everything exactly checked off. It's like, no, bro, I could just do with maybe you doing 2 live streams in a row where you contradict yourself in both of them.
I ain't your guy. But is the themes of this documentary
I got
true?
some advice for
Obviously.
you. I got some advice for you, okay? Next time you put a number out or something, say that. Don't sit there and defend it like you did for the past 5 minutes. Just say, you know what? I gave him a rounded number. It's not like a hard number.
Yep. I did, but then you said I shouldn't, and I explained why I did.
You know? No, you didn't. You didn't say, oh, this is a rounded number. You said these are the numbers in the documentary. I did say that. No, you didn't. You literally didn't.
No, I didn't say that. God, you're always putting words in my mouth.
Yep. You should take the Wings of Redemption route. Be like, dog, I spent $200,000 on pussy, and you're mad because you never could do it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's kind of hard for me to do because I'm really ashamed I did that.
No, you're not.
Why? Who gives a fuck?
No, you're not.
Huge waste of time.
The dude is still posting about fucking Arkansas 10s and 8s and shit like that on fucking Twitter right now. He's not ashamed.
Huge waste of money. Didn't solve the problem. Didn't fix anything. Has to haunt me for the rest of my life. I'm broke because of how many other reasons could I have? There was not a good thing about it. There wasn't a good thing about it. It's just all bad. It's just all bad.
You broke because you gambled your money in imaginary money.
No, you didn't.
Don't come out with that.
I mean, at the end of the day, if I hadn't spent all the money traveling and doing that shit,
you would still have some money right now.
He's about to say, if I didn't do it, I was going to end myself, isn't he?
I'd have more than the money I got, which is true.
But you also could have been like, oh, this money.
I was waiting for him to say, to be fair, if I didn't do it, I was going to end myself. Because Boogie's been going, I'm so ashamed of what I did. Boogie has constantly pulled I was going to end myself, and because of that, I didn't, guys. He has constantly pulled that excuse. I was surprised he didn't pull it here.
I didn't use travel and buy. I probably would have put that in there too for a bigger payoff.
I've often said that, but people don't like that. I don't genuinely like it, if I'm being honest with you. I think to myself, know, hopefully I wouldn't have been that stupid. Well, there's only so much traveling you can do. There's only so much money you can waste.
The only thing stupid that you did was the money went up and you won. Why did you keep your cards on the table? Take that shit and run, dog.
Yeah.
You can't gamble for so long.
That's exactly correct. That's exactly correct. Yeah. When you are up, walk away.
He's not even listening. He's not even listening to them.
The best thing to do is not gamble, and the second best thing to do is walk away when you're up.
Yeah, instead of just cashing out when you're at exactly the point that you paid in, and then acting like you lost lots of money so you can kind of get your simps to give you more money. Oh.
The worst thing you can do is keep
one of those suckers that did NFTs.
Do what?
Boogie has literally put more money into fucking crypto. Him giving us advice, last week he was saying that he put more money into crypto and he's using crypto as a savings account. And here he's going like, guys, don't gamble on crypto. It's a bad thing. That's what I would tell everyone. He's literally still doing it.
At least no one of those suckers that did NFTs.
Oh yeah, no shit. Yeah. No shit. At least even I looked at the NFT market and I was like, well, fuck that. I'm not paying $2,000 for a JPEG.
You that guy that wanted $500, right, for Boogie's app? Just made you get an NFT of Boogie's app on OnlyFans. Sold shares of it.
Wings is so much funnier than Boogie.
Well, I think another thing, I'm just trying to stick on the numbers thing, but the other thing is, I got a lot of fans didn't like the.
I have to admit, I'm at the point where I would and just in general, maybe next week, I would love if we didn't talk about the documentary a single other time because we all know Boogie's lying about it. That's just it. He lies constantly. That's just it. So when he's still talking about the documentary and still doing the same lies he did last week of the documentary, you're just like, bro, I feel like I'm watching the same episode again at this point. Can we get on now?
I felt that I interrupted Jordy too much. I was really pissed off at you last week, so I think I kind of. I'm used to having my own show. I gotta learn to work with you guys a little bit.
Yeah, I got a bone to pick with Jordy while we're talking about it.
Well, before let's do that. But real quick, Jordy, I'm gonna hand it off to Jordy. Jordy was asking you about the 200. This is why the numbers are relevant. When you're saying when you pay 200K for hookers, already. If it's not exactly what was it really? Was it 100K? Was it 70,000? I think you gave a number now. And if it's 70,000, then you had more than enough to pay off your house.
But like I said, dead people don't live in houses.
Fucking nerd. It took a little bit longer to get there, guys, but we got there.
I'll give you a break. You really?
I'm serious. Though. Dead people don't. Dead people don't live in houses.
Yeah, exactly. That's Boogie's the one saying, I'm so embarrassed by the money I spent on sugar babies. Be more embarrassed that you keep using this as an excuse.
Again. You're talking to a mentally ill person who is not.
Oh my god, my brain don't work so good. Oh, I feel like I'm back in the Turkey Tom debate again. Holy shit! I went through and I took timestamps because during the video I talk about his general attitude to certain people, which is one of the reasons I think he wanted to make this documentary. And I include the Turkey Tom debate, and I took timestamps every time he said, my brain don't work so good. And I did it for the first hour, and I had about 7 examples, and I was like, I'm done.
In their right mind for the better part of 2 or 3 years, and you're like, why did you make sane financial decisions while your brain wasn't working?
It doesn't sound like an excuse for everything. You can say that about
I can't wait until we're 1 year away, because Boogie has claimed he hasn't felt like that in ages now, ever since Dez came into his life, because he's fixed now that Dez is in his life, guys. Ooh woo. I can't wait for 1 year away where we're literally just doing all this shit again. It's like, why did you have that documentary? Well, the thing was, I didn't think I'd be alive to see the documentary come out. It'll be something like that, guys.
Everything, Boogie. I mean,
okay, but again, and I always say this, like a schizophrenic, I'm not schizophrenic, but let's imagine
it's the only thing you haven't claimed.
Schizophrenic hears voices, and he kills his wife because she thinks he's the Muffin Man, right? Okay? That's the reason it happened.
I love Boogie tries to be funny whilst giving that example. I just love that he still tries to be like, I'm a comedian, whilst giving that example, and no one laughed. No one laughed. Bad cancer day. Jill, you're great. It's just such a bad cancer day we're having right now, because this whole thing is cancer.
There isn't a fucking excuse, right? You killed your fucking wife.
Fruity Tooty. He's conveniently hiding behind traumas that are never questioned, because who the fuck would lie about these things? Exactly. It's almost like that's Boogie's entire thing. It's almost like that's part of covert narcissism, is use your weakness and all to try and manipulate people into being nice to you. It's almost like that's exactly what Boogie does, constantly. And he brings up things. It's like when he said, who would lie about cancer? And he threatened to sue anyone who criticized him, and was getting all his audience to donate to him and come around and hug box him and watch his stuff. It's like, oh my god, it's amazing. It's almost like that's why someone would lie about cancer, because it got them lots of positive attention, and all of your trolls were getting shouted down because you asked your audience to shout down all of your trolls. Imagine.
still go to jail. The reason I did this stupid is because I was out of my goddamn mind. Is it an excuse? No, obviously not. Like, I have to live in the reality that I created forever.
Literally just use it as an excuse.
Like, if you ask me why you know I'm mentally ill, it's like a really easy cop out. I mean,
but here's the thing: it might be the reason it happened. No one's ever going to forgive you. In fact, they probably just get madder, because that's my experience when you're like,
but they're probably going to get madder. Then stop bringing it up.
I don't know, man. I was suicidal, so I wasn't thinking straight. Nobody's ever like, oh, I forgive you now. They're all just madder. They're all just
no. Actually, a lot of your fan base are like, oh my god, you can't hold it against them, guys. Actually, a lot of your fan base are like that, so don't lie. And I think no one cares when I say this. No, they do, and that's why you keep saying it.
They get madder because they don't buy it. They don't think you're fucking sincere. They think you're using their feelings.
Oh my god,
that's what it is. That's what they're not getting madder because
it's never shit on. Like I've lied enough. I've lied enough. I'm not going to say I was perfectly sane during that period of time. So that's why I did these things, right? Like I'm not going to lie more.
You're changing course.
I've lied so much already. Why would I lie more? Did he just fucking say that? I've been so dishonest before. Why would I be dishonest now? Tommy, listen to yourself. That doesn't make sense.
Matter because like you seem to think if I know how you feel at a certain point in time, then everything will be understood. Like it's some kind of lack of understanding.
But it's never worked that way. Not even like you. Not just publicly. I'm even saying privately. Privately, it's never worked. Privately.
But you keep trying it. You keep trying. The Andy Kaufman excuse has never worked, and you still try it to this day. Like, oh, I keep trying, it doesn't work. Why would I keep trying? Because it's you, Boogie. Because you think it does actually work.
Because I'm not saying it online. I'm saying it in general. I'm literally putting. If you sit there and trauma dump on everybody, and then they just don't take it seriously after a while, you can only do it like 1 or 2 times. After that, people think you're full of shit.
Right. But I'm clearly a bad liar, so I can't start lying about why it happened. I can't start lying about why it happened.
But to be fair, Boogie, I've already caught you in lies about your ending yourself stories. Like, so I guess if your argument is I'm a bad liar, so why would I lie about that? Because I get caught out. Well, I caught you out and stuff. So like. What? Like, does that mean that you weren't because you could get caught out on it? It doesn't mean I'm a bad liar, so why would I lie about this? Because you're a bad liar and you lie about everything.
That's why you know what? I hope you never get over this because the show will never be as funny. But I think like you take that example that we had before, right? You meant this whole thing about the numbers, and you could have just stopped it right there and then and said, you know what?
Sure.
We didn't look that fucking close into it. It's a rounded number.
I want to talk on this mess before we get away.
I thought I did. I thought. Okay, here I might be delusional, but listener, whoever's listening, when you brought this stuff up just now, Tommy, that's the answer I thought I just told you. I was like, I didn't look that much into it. It didn't seem that important. I wasn't ready for that level of weaponized autism, and the themes of the documentary. I think that's what I just said.
No, when you said it's
I think that's what I just said.
When you said it's weaponized, you're blaming the fans, and it's not the fans. When you put something like that, you got to expect the response. And if that was the case, you could have just spit that right. I don't really care.
Or when you show it in the documentary, you say approximate numbers or something like that. And by approximate numbers, because Boogie being like, oh, we just ballpark. We didn't look too closely at it. Big difference between 40,000 and 200,000. Just saying. I thought I did say we just kind of like loosely ballparked. I thought that's what I said. Bro, you had like a 5 times on your sugar baby claim. What?
Well, then I would detract the weaponized autism.
Yeah, if you would have said that, then I wouldn't. Then it's just like, I don't give a fuck. And you would have said, I don't give a fuck. You know,
Boogie retracts it, guys. He's not allowed to use that against me anymore.
Okay, well then let me revise.
Here's what I think. I don't know why Mike Klum doesn't give a fuck. Because I gotta be honest with you, whether Mike Klum knows it or not, it does affect his credibility. Minorly, it was still a great video. By the way,
really minorly. Yeah, really, I think that's why he doesn't give a fuck.
You know what? Really minorly, it doesn't really minorly. If like the main point of it is about you dating a very young girl and you're saying, oh yeah, we made up the figures about the sugar babies, so that doesn't actually work there. That I'm broke, oh, but we made up all the figures about my income and stuff like that. Oh, but I'm unhealthy, but we got things wrong with my health and we didn't include things with my health. Those are the 3 main themes you just said. So it does affect the credibility of it.
You know what? But next time he does numbers, did he just make it up because it's better for the documentary? You know, there is that aspect.
We didn't make anything up.
Josh, again, thank you very much for the super chat. Why does Wings seem like a normal, logical, and kind person? That's exactly like this is only, and I guarantee Boogie will eventually. Oh, thank you very much for the super chat. I'm not sure if I said Boogie will claim that's why I was acting like that. I was being Andy Kaufman on the podcast to try and save Wings. He literally tried to claim that with the boxing match. He literally tried to claim that the only reason he did the boxing match was to save Wings' career. That is a claim that Boogie has fucking made. Like this is like. Yes, it will affect the credibility. And yes, you did say you made it up because you went from you having like $40,000 on sugar babies to $200,000. That is making up. That's not a ballpark. That's not a guesstimation. That is making it up.
again,
what do you mean make it up? You guys were fucking half-assed. You just told me.
Like I said, the themes are entirely true. The themes are entirely true.
That doesn't matter.
Right? Yeah, exactly. So next time some theme comes out, he's like maybe play fast and loose with it. So so it's not entirely.
When the figures are made up, the Boogie is literally just like giving in the points. Like, yeah, well that all might be made up, but the themes are real. But when one of the key themes is finances and that he's broke, and you just said, yeah, we just winged it with all the fucking numbers, then it's not genuine. Then the theme itself is no longer genuine.
Accurate. It's presented as being entirely accurate. That's the problem. That's the problem for him, not you.
Guitar player Devo, thank you very much. A super chat. Any comment as a straight comedy? He has indeed. Honest to God, if only he didn't exist, we wouldn't have Boogie.
Boy, I tell you, wait till you hear about other documentaries and reality TV.
Oh, I'm sure that's the case. But here's the thing: I'm sure.
This is within
actually with most documentaries, it's found out that the numbers are fudged in documentaries. People don't like that. People want documentaries to actually be like documentaries because you're meant to document things. They don't like people just making up shit in documentaries. And reality TV is reality TV. People like you said this is a documentary. If you said this is a reality TV show based on my life, then people would understand that more. But you're claiming it's a documentary. Like, poor excuse.
In terms of every other documentary ever made, this is like 10 times more truthful than 98% of the
stuff. I agree with that, but that doesn't change anything. If they nail you on one thing, so, well, if you're lying here,
I mean, at the end of the day, all Mike did was make a couple of minor mistakes.
Okay.
Minor mistakes. 40,000, 200,000, minor mistake. Anyone can make that mistake.
Like minor mistakes, and we didn't. It's just, I don't know. It's all over the place. I don't know.
Not including cancer, minor mistake. Really doesn't matter that much. Not including autism, minor mistake. Doesn't really matter that much. The dates and times and all about meeting Des, minor mistake. Doesn't really matter, guys.
Get it. All right. Yeah. Well, Wings, everybody's mad at me because I don't let you talk enough, or they say I don't. I apologize.
It's not Tommy C not letting him talk. It's Boogie not letting him talk. Boogie has like dominated both of these fucking episodes.
I just wanted to address this thing, but the reason he's not paying off his house, and I wanted to segue to a story about my own personal life.
Thank God.
And why I know that whole line of thinking is bullshit. You wanted to take the trips because you wanted to do it. You wanted to sleep with the women because you wanted to sleep with the women.
Sure, but I still had enough money to pay off my house. At the time,
it's like midnight here. Like, fuck, I don't have any neighbors close by. Oh my fucking God. Holy actual fuck. Oh my God. Boogie, will you fuck up for 1 second? Holy shit.
I could have also still paid off my house.
You didn't expect to lose all your money.
I could have done both. I'm
going to tell you a story why I know that your claim is bullshit. January 2013.
Woke up the doggo? No, I didn't even. I didn't.
Remember Machinima?
A little bit, yeah.
Machinima was this. Machinima was the big thing back in the day. And I had $3,800.
Boogie's immediately on his phone. The second, he's immediately on his phone.
$1,000 a month worth of like bills, right?
I started to get sorry, Joshua.
A couple car payments, I had a house payment.
I tried to turn my head away from my mic.
I was doing it big because I was making $8,000 to $12,000 a month, right? And then snap, it's gone. Everything's gone.
Yeah, Boogie's just on his phone. He just doesn't care anymore.
I worked the same amount I would work in January, but my check went from like $12,000 to $3,000. Same level of work.
I'm glad I woke everyone up, guys.
I was devastated. I went into a year-long depression where I didn't do anything. I didn't work. I barely did anything. I got kicked off PKA the next following year while I was begging them.
You're begging them. Because he doesn't care. He's not listening.
To like monetize it, right?
Beautiful.
Like, and I was doing things to try to get myself mentally healthy. Like I was going on concerts. I was trying to hang out with girls and stuff like that to try to motivate myself to become a man again.
Yep.
And it got to the point where I had $400 in my account. This is January 2015, right?
Yeah.
$400 in my account, and I needed a set of tires on my truck.
Sure.
So I took money and I went to Dick's Sporting Goods and I bought 45.
I wonder why they're focused solely on wings. Did they think they focused solely on wings because Boogie is just sitting there playing on his phone and they realize that that's a bad look for him? Like what?
ACP hollow points, automatic Colt pistol. I have a 1911 from Rock Island Armory that I had at the time.
That'll take care of it.
I drove out into a field. I had set it on the center console, and I sat there and I thought and I reflected on my whole life. And you know why I didn't shit myself that day?
Why?
Because I put my seatbelt on.
Yep.
Tell me.
And you might see that's stupid. I put my seat.
Fucking 100%. Yeah. But Sadie said I got it. I 100% understand that. Boogie doesn't understand this. How the fuck do you not understand this? Like this is Boogie who claimed that he's for years had plans to end himself. But when Wing says that, I knew I didn't want to watch Boogie steal a story. Fuck it, Mark, 100% within the next 6 months, this will be Boogie's story. Yeah, exactly. I knew I wasn't going to end myself because I put my seatbelt on because I didn't actually want to die. Obvious. Instantly obvious. The second he said that, I was like, 100% I get you, bro. I understand you, brother. Boogie's like, what? What does that mean?
On. To me, in my head, that meant I wasn't actually stealing. if I cared enough to put the seatbelt on.
I was already making fun of you, Jordy. That's a really good story.
Yeah.
And it's like...
Yeah, see, fucking he gets it because he's like, combat vet. He's had PTSD and everything like that. Boogie doesn't understand it at all. He's still fucking trying to think about it. He's like, what the fuck is... I don't get this. What, you had your seatbelt on? Could you not reach the gun or something like that? If you took your seatbelt off, you probably could have reached the gun. That's what's going through Boogie's head right fucking now.
I see things.
That's good wisdom. Yeah.
That tell me that you're not ready for suicide.
Oh, definitely not now.
And like to say like, oh, I didn't do this, that, and that. That's just bullshit. You should drop that line of thinking.
Well, in 2018, I'll tell you. You know what really? You know what saved my life? My seatbelt. In 2018 Christmas, dog. I was like ready to go.
And then you'd watch Afterlife with Ricky Gervais, and you saw Sammy, and you thought, well, I can't leave this dog alone. So I decided to hold off for 7 months, and then I'll do it because I assumed my dog would just die in the next 7 months. I guess.
I had my little kill kit together, my nausea pills, some other medication I was planning to take. And my roommate's out of town, and he's staying with his mom. And I'm like ready to go. And I'm like, Christmas is the perfect time to do it. I'm so excited to do it. And I looked down at my lap, and my little dog Sammy's like, who's going to take care of Sammy till my roommate gets home?
He just got me a subscriber, guys.
Like, was he going to eat my corpse? Like, what's going to happen?
Probably.
Right?
That's happened.
That's how
and so I delayed it.
Food.
I decided to delay it till July, and I also realized Sammy was going to be miserable without me. So I started. One of the reasons I
literally told you, I've heard him say this story. I remember him telling the story on H3, and then like Boogie gonna steal the story. I said no. Boogie said this on H3 before because I remember Hela Klein being like, "Oh, that's just like that show Afterlife," and Boogie's like, "I've never seen that show," because he's just copying Afterlife. Literally, Afterlife had come out like a few months before he made his appearance on H3 when he made this fucking claim. He's like, oh, I didn't hear about this, guys.
Start traveling so much in 2019. We might get to it.
And that's the thing. Boogie out here saying, well, remember in 2019 is when he claimed he used a lot of money to travel and stuff like that because he intended to end himself in July. So if you just decided that you weren't going to do it because your dog was there, why would you immediately travel to leave your dog behind so you weren't with your dog, which doesn't make any fucking sense, to go traveling to spend all your money so you could then end yourself? What does that even make any sense? It's so cringe.
One of the reasons I started traveling so much in 2019 is because I wanted my roommate and my dog to bond in case I did do the inevitable. And I'll be honest with you, I went to YouTube 2019 with the intent of trying to find a way out. Like I'd picked a date, I'd picked a time, but I didn't. And this is true, I think, of most people. You don't really want to die. You just want to be out of pain.
Yeah, no one really plans ending themselves like 2 years in advance, like Boogie did. Boogie literally claimed that he had planned it since like 2017 when he knew the divorce was coming. He said he planned it. And we are like 2 years later, and he's still making plans 7 months in advance and shit like that.
And you just don't want to keep hurting anymore, right? Like you want to live, but you can't face living. Someone much smarter than me once said, "Suicide happens when pain outweighs."
I love that the editor is so inconsistent with blanking out that word because I know I'm demonetized now because he's saying it.
Hope. I always had hope, just like you. I always had hope that I would find a way out. And, ultimately...
just like when I went to VidCon and, went up and guilt-tripped all those content creators, asking them to help me save my channel, because if not, I was just going to end myself. That was my hope, in trying to force people to, feel sorry for me and help me.
I decided in 2019 that the only way out was to crawl through this mile of shit that I'd made for myself, right? And here I am. I'm still crawling, but I'm...
And yeah, like Luna said, it was his VidCon story happened suspiciously shortly after Etika got a lot of attention, and Boogie also got a lot of attention because Boogie came out and said, oh, well, if I wasn't a titan of mental strength like I am, maybe I would have done the same as Etika. Literally sitting there sucking his own dick, when Etika's body's not even fucking cold. And then suddenly afterwards, even despite him being a titan of mental strength, like he had just claimed, suddenly he was going to do it as well. Suddenly, it's right after he got criticized for doing that, for joking around about it on live stream, for after people criticized him, he then posted up a live stream called the Post-Mortem live stream about it, which is just very obvious him kicking in the ribs. He donated $500 to Etika, and he couldn't even be bothered to look up his fucking name, so he sent it to first name Etika, surname Etika. It's this is the guy. He's telling us about how not to end yourself and shit like that.
Most of the way out, I can see daylight. I feel better. I feel happier. I'm not healthier, but not everything's gonna be.
Exactly. Yeah. But whatever Wing said, which was that was a strong story, really strong story. Because like I said, the second he said about seatbelt, I was like, I understand you, bro. 100%. Boogie just spun it off into just telling his fucking Silmarillion bullshit. It's
perfect,
thanks, Boogie. Thanks for letting us know.
I'm glad I stuck it out. I'm glad I'm still here. I'm glad I'm here today. And Jordy, I'm really glad you're here. I can't believe you went through that. I'm so sorry you went through that.
Why did you not know about that? Everyone knows that about Jordy.
Jesus, it's fucking sassy. But you know what? I did like what you said about hope. What did you say about hope?
I said this happens when pain outweighs hope.
I hope you stop baiting.
I mean, I'm starting to talk about how
God.
I was way back then, but I don't think I'll ever be again.
No.
That's not a thing.
I hope not.
Sure. Bro literally started this fucking live stream off like they were just going to need to have people do a welfare check on him. Like, he literally started off like, I'm not doing well, guys. It's been a bad day. That kind of shit. And he's like, oh, I'll never feel bad again. Okay, bro. Jesus Christ. Fuck me. Imagine if the Des 2 relationship is even real. Imagine if Des breaks up with him. Holy fucking shit.
I mean, like, granted, this is devil's advocate. Sometimes suicide is the answer.
Really?
Like,
are you crazy? Well, you got balls saying that.
Listen, look at like Terry Schiavo. I know some people don't remember Terry Schiavo. Terry Schiavo was like this woman that was she was brain dead, basically. She was kept alive with life support. This is the late 90s.
She can't even kill herself, though. I mean, what are you talking about?
Right, but they had a whole conversation about, like, assistance and, like, is it ordained and things like that. Because sometimes all there is left in life is pain. And for those people, maybe that is the answer.
You know what's happened over here? I live in Europe. Like, you have all these Germans that are perfectly healthy, but they're depressed. And they have a system in Switzerland, right, which is also a German-speaking country. And they're, like, fudging the numbers so they can get put to sleep like a dog. So,
wow.
I don't know. Yeah, man. It's
I mean, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, if you're going to die anyway, sometimes it's nice to die with dignity. Sometimes it's nice to die out of pain. Like, I respect and understand that. But if there is any hope,
but only if you don't have a small dog, because then you just leave the dog for like 7 months and then it should be fine.
You should hold on to that hope because
I'm talking about perfectly healthy Germans with family.
I'm gonna make a point, okay, about the LolCow podcast. There's one crucial part of the name, the LOL part. Like, I get a bit out of this because, like, I know Boogie's lies and manipulations, and you guys might enjoy hearing me, like, break down Boogie's lies in real time. You guys might enjoy that. But for, like, the average audience, how many people want to hear Boogie just sit there and talk about how he wants to end himself and his plans to end himself and stuff like that? How many people, like, the only funny bit, like, Boogie, like, Wings' story, fine. Short, succinct, biff, done. Boogie immediately then tells the story 6 times as long because it's Boogie and he wants attention. Tommy C laughing about hoping you stop ending yourself baiting, that was funny. But, like, it wasn't funny enough that we needed 20 minutes of this, you know?
That's awful, man.
Yeah,
that's
it is terrible. Yeah.
It's a LolCow podcast. People should be laughing.
To make a choice that's short term that has long term consequences.
Yeah, 110%.
Yeah. Like, but you're like normal now. What the fuck happened? Like, you're supposed to come in here and be alone. You're like totally normal. I hate it.
Yeah.
You say all these like
I don't know. I loved it. He just shared a story about that was great.
Yeah, but does Boogie not realize the difference between his story about ending himself and Wings' story about ending himself? Where Wings told like a very matter-of-fact story, explained why it happened, what was in his head, and why he decided to do it. Whilst Boogie's like fucking story was all over the place, full of like whimsical cinematic shit, you know, and like just ripping off fucking Afterlife. That's why it was the difference between Boogie's story and Wings' story. Wings' story was like a minute long and it totally made sense, and you got it. You got it instantly. The second he said that last year, I understand, bro. Boogie, well, I was sitting there one Christmas and I had my concoction and I was looking around and I was thinking about this and I was thinking, it's like, shut up. No one fucking cares. But like I said, this is the LolCow podcast. Wings is not really being a LolCow right now. I have no issues with Wings so far. People should be laughing, though. We're spent 20 minutes talking about like fucking ending yourself and 20 minutes talking about Boogie lying about his documentary again, which we spent 50 minutes last episode doing.
People eat that up, right?
I was ready to laugh at him and it was okay, Jordy's gonna say something really stupid now, and I'm like, oh no.
Oh, you talking about like a lot of people take what I said from PKA, and like my role on PKA was to be the uneducated head.
Yeah.
And like I wasn't playing a character as much as I was like playing my personality on an 11.
Yeah.
Right? Like my personality was usually like a 7. I was just turning it up to an 11 and just trying to be outlandish and funny and just trying to basically push viewers toward the show. And
Take us out.
a lot of there's that, and like a lot of it's like I wear my heart on my sleeve and I get emotional, especially
when you're playing games
for
sure, man. You're competitive.
Yeah, like it's like the breakdown, for example. Like that's what people know, but you know that I can't take this no more. I just can't do it. I can't take this no more, man. Punch the hole in the wall.
Wow, it's so weird. It's almost like when Jordy's talking about like massive fuck ups in his past and bad things, he's like saying a specific example and saying what they are, you know? Oh, this happened to me because of this. When Boogie says, I've done a lot of stuff, guys, and I've admitted to other such stuff, guys. Like, Jesus, what?
You know, that kind of.
When you cry, I can't take that. You sounded when you cried, you sound like a dog. You know that?
Yeah,
I always thought that clip was.
I was having a mental breakdown. It wasn't fake.
No. I always thought that part was the funniest.
Yeah. What it is so bad.
Also, guys, I'm just saying, my monetization currently on YouTube is showing us this stream is monetized. I don't know fucking how, but last time they showed me when I ended the stream, I looked and it was monetized. I remember saying to people, I was like, oh my god, I'm actually monetized at the end. Literally, it finished processing, and 20 minutes later it was demonetized, and I had to appeal it.
But go ahead.
Well, the whole thing about it was like I was in my head, I was down again. I was 475 pounds, I think, at the time, and my grandmother lived with me at the time, right there, because like my grandmother, she was on a fixed income, and her air conditioner broke, and she moved back in with me, and we started renting her place out, and we put an air conditioner in it.
Are the views okay or bad for the LolCow channel? Let's check. Wings is streaming right now. They're good. I would say they're good. You know, like 200,000 on the first episode. That's pretty good. I don't think a lot of people thought it was going to be at 20,000 subscribers. Not huge, but solid. The response video, 77,000 views, is quite a drop off, but whatever. Because most people are probably here for the LolCow bit. They want to see meltdown as opposed to like what is very obvious clickbait. You know. And this episode's got 83,000 views already. Like, it's only just been out. So, I think people care about the LolCow stuff a lot more than the farmer side, which makes sense, you know, based on the audience and everything like that. So, yes, I think it's doing pretty good. It's doing better than I think a lot of people thought. Doing better than I thought. I thought we probably would be getting about 100,000 views for the first episode especially. But no, it seems to be doing pretty good.
And we basically rented it to pay for an air conditioner. But I started noticing, like, my grandmother was dying.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
do you get
my grandmother grew up
people
like
in
a
chat
housewife. She grew up doing work.
That doesn't
so, like,
really affect
she
me.
was trained, right? Like,
if
there was no dirty dishes. There was no clothes that were outside the hamper. And I started noticing dishes in the sink and things like that. And like to me, it's like, oh no, she's not doing her job. These are things that are outside the norm of her activities. That's how I know that she's actually sick. And I'm like, I can barely walk to the mailbox. I'm borderline 500 pounds. I'm like, I'm either going to die in a bed alone after my grandmother dies, or I'm going to die on a table in Mexico. So like, I made the choice. I'm going to do this fundraiser to try to get this weight loss.
Took a lot of
it failed. It failed. I took a lot of people claimed I spent money on Mustang.
Also, now I'm demonetized again. I just checked and it's changed again to demonetized. Yeah, like I know bits and pieces about Wings' story about going down to Mexico again, and I know a lot of shit he got for it was that he had raised the money enough that he could have done it in both places if he wanted to, apparently. But then for ages he just didn't. He just didn't go because he was scared, and he was saying he didn't know if he needed to get a passport to travel to the American one, and he needed his granny to go with him or his mom to go with him. Can't remember what it was. So I know that's why he got a lot of shit. People thought he was scamming the audience.
They don't have the foresight that I actually made money past.
And Doobie, yeah, 100%. It is like a pothead calling a pothead a drug addict compared to calling a heroin. Like Wings compared to Boogie, it just seems like such a normal guy. Even if their talking points are so similar, you know, they're both talking about their temptations to end themselves. And Wings is like smiling, and he's talking in like normal, and he sounds intelligent, despite him being like the dumb southerner. He sounds intelligent when he's talking about it. He sounds like he understands the emotions he had felt at the time and that he's feeling right now. He is sitting there smiling and nodding and understanding it, and they're talking back and forth, and when he jokes, he can joke back. When Boogie's just sitting there looking fucking miserable again.
The donation
this is not about me, zone out.
Donation period.
You always argue with people with shit like that. Just don't say anything, you dummy.
You dummy.
It is what
you dummy.
It is what it is. The reason I brought the Mustang is because my grandma was dying of lung cancer, and like she always wanted a Mustang the whole time she was a little girl. So I bought this red.
That sounds like a hunk
Mustang.
of horse. That Mustang is awesome, and you want it.
Yeah, I kind of feel you there.
I wouldn't even believe that. Come on.
I mean, I wanted a new car, but like I was actually in the market for like a 2014 Ford Explorer. I wanted something a big person could drive. I'm a fat dude. Like very few cars fit me. It's true. Boogie will bop on this. Some cars just don't fucking fit you.
I mean, I can confirm he is a very fat dude.
Give me the fattest car.
He is barely fucking listening to this conversation.
But like, yeah, my grandma always wanted a Mustang when she was a little girl. She never owned one, so I bought a Mustang to drive her back and forth, and I ended up liking them too. So I ended up getting the black one because I wanted to fix my credit.
See, I gotta be
honest. I don't know if you did it for that. It sounds like bullshit.
I agree.
Here's the thing. Let's say that's true. All right, this is what you both gotta learn. All right. Let's say what you said is 100% true. I can't read in your heart, Jordy. I gotta be honest. I like you, Jordy. My experience, I thought you were gonna be. I thought the problems I had with Boogie is the problems I thought I was gonna have with you. I think you're a good guy. You're a fun guy. All right.
Yep.
but you have to resist the urge.
Imagine being Boogie and just sitting there, and just like Tommy C's being like, "You know what? I actually quite like you. I didn't think I was going to, but I actually like you, Boogie. Oh my fucking Christ, Jesus Christ, oh my God, Jesus fucking Christ. But you, Wings, you're a really nice guy. I really like. This is all the stuff Boogie wants to hear from everyone who exists in his life. He wants people to be like, Boogie, I actually thought you weren't going to be good. But actually, you're a really nice guy. I really like you, Boogie. That's all he wants to hear from people. And he gets none of that from Tommy C, but Wings does.
Not to say that. Like, it's nobody's business.
Christ.
You'll tell them, I bought it for my grandma. I was going to, pass away in a month.
Yeah, I have to. I agree with
No,
this.
I didn't buy it for her. I bought it so I could take her to her doctor's appointments in it so she could enjoy it.
I don't know if I buy that, but
Did she give a shit that you had the black Mustang?
Yeah.
She's going to cancer. She was like, God damn, thank God it's in this black Mustang. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, you think she cared?
I'm also remonetized again. It literally changes every 5 minutes. That's so
she
crazy.
cared because it's hard to say. Like, my grandmother loved me to death. And if she felt I was happy, she was happy.
All right. I don't know. But you see how, like, that's for the foreigners' ears, the Wings of Redemption troll, or somebody maybe that's on the fence of being a troll, how that would kind of, like, rub them the wrong way.
I think a lot of the people that troll me, which, I earned some of it.
Sure.
Right? But I feel like in my life, like, the punishment doesn't fit the crime at this point.
That's probably true.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because, like I've lost half my income
I agree
from
with that,
things
yeah.
that's happened.
I'll be honest.
Well, Boogie's lost fucking... Oh, Jesus Christ, what are we talking about? Boogie's lost, like, 16. Like, he's earning 1/16 of his income, apparently, based on the figures that he's posted out. Well, Wings is only claiming half. Poor you, Wings, losing 50%. I've lost 15/16 of my income based on Boogie's fucking bullshit statistics.
With you, Jordy, I think most of your trolls are concerned trolls. Because a lot of times... Okay,
Don't talk about concerned trolls. Boogie does not understand what concerned troll is. Boogie described a concerned troll is... Oh, a concerned troll is they are, like... They control me because they know I'm concerned about them and I worry about them. That's literally what Boogie said a concerned troll was. Boogie said that his trolls troll him because they know that he loves them and he's so kind that he's concerned about them.
Number one, admittedly, I might be biased. I've spent some time with you. I've talked to you. I've got to know you and your wife. I think you guys are great people. That said, I think most of them aren't so fucking stupid that they believe the shit they're peddling.
Yeah, I agree with Boogie. I don't think they say it. They just say it on purpose.
I don't know. I think with some of Wings' trolls, they genuinely do believe it. Because, like, the age of consent thing is floated around too often for it, especially when he doesn't give, like, big reactions or anything anymore. So I do think there are a lot of people who genuinely think Wings is terrible. And that's why, because, like, if you didn't think Wings was terrible, you probably wouldn't support his trolls. Anyone who supports, like, his hardcore trolls who are, like, doing the swattings or doing the Lion's Den stuff where they're sitting there making plans about it, if you're like someone who supports it, then then you're probably someone who actually believes the thing about Boogie. But Boogie's just doing that thing again where he's trying to pretend that his trolls don't believe that about him.
This rumor about Turkey Tom that I guess he broke up with his girlfriend and carved his name into his chest and stuff like that, and it's just fucking horseshit. It didn't happen, and the people that were spreading it, they wanted like Turkey Tom to be a bit.
They want clicks.
They wanted to be well, not even clicks. Like it was on Twitter. Like people just hated Tom because Tom's like a big shot now, So
I've always said this: as long as YouTube is willing to pay these people for these opinions, they'll continue to have these opinions.
Sure, and I think look, I would even go as far to say that neither of you have probably. I mean, this is going to piss everybody off when I say this. I think you guys have probably taken more. You both deserved abuse, but I would have to agree that it's probably more than you deserve. Both of you.
I don't know.
It's pretty crazy. It's just.
See, I think it's kind of weird because like I've always seen people say that like Boogie has such he's such a LolCow, he's trolled so bad. But if you even look at like his recent stuff, like he still has a positive like to dislike ratio, even after everything that's happened this year. Everything has happened this year, he still has a positive dislike ratio. Wings of Redemption, for ages, he literally just couldn't upload because every time he left a VOD up, people were trying to flag it down. Every time he left a VOD up, it was buried in the algorithm anyway because it was all thumbed down. That's what Wings had to deal with. Boogie's never dealt with anything even close to that.
But the way I see it, and I don't think you guys see it this way, is...
I was saying, when Boogie's like worst troll is like me, because like I'm some guy who like watches his content and goes, hey, that doesn't make sense, and points out what doesn't make sense, and that is like the extent of my trolling. I don't talk to Boogie. I've said I don't want to talk to Boogie. I've told him directly when me and him had that one conversation before I cut all contact that I don't want to look into the people in his life. I don't want to like get in contact with his ex-wife like he fucking wanted me to do. All that kind of shit. You're not even a troll. You just do comedy. That's it. That's the thing. I don't feel like I'm a troll because I don't troll him. I don't want any contact with Boogie. I've told people before, don't bring me up to Boogie. Don't talk to Boogie about me. Shit like that, That kind of shit. I don't know. Wait, what the fuck did he tell you? Wait, what Boogie tell me? The one time he spoke, he told me he wanted me to go and check out like fucking like Dez's. He told you to call, no, he didn't tell me to call his ex-wife. He told me to go and like check out, like, because it's like my ex-wife had confirmed that I never abused her. Go to her Twitter and you check through her Twitter and all, and she'll talk about it, because he didn't want to talk about it. He didn't want to give any actual information about it. I literally said, bro, unprivate this live stream, which you said is your evidence, and that's all I'm asking for. I'm curious about it. I'd rather see it your own words and her words on the live stream. And he's like, no, go to her Twitter. Go to her Twitter and look through her Twitter. I was like, I'm not going to just go randomly search through your fucking ex-wife's Twitter, hoping to find some random shit saying that you didn't abuse her. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Once you fuck up, and that like floodgates open, it's not about justice. It's just about how bad it's going to be, not like how bad it should be. That's the way I see it.
And I think there's some truth to
black screens,
the fact that we are kind of abrasive people. We're kind of fat and weird looking. We're kind of man-children. So people are like predisposed
some part of that, sure.
to disliking us. Yeah. And like this, whenever there's like...
You're also like creepy. You're a 50-year-old who like solely dates like 20-year-olds. Like, you admitted on a tweet that you dated an 18-year-old. Like, oh yeah, by the way, guys, I found a tweet where you said he dated an 18-year-old. So, I'm just saying. He said he went to the date, only spent 10 minutes there, and realized he didn't want any of it, so he left. But he still went, knowing that she was 18, apparently. So, like, just saying. Like, maybe that's where people. Maybe it's not because we're fat and we're kind of weird looking. Maybe it's because you're like a really bad person. Maybe it's that.
In the smallest thing, you're going to find people like, oh, now there's my end. That justifies it.
I didn't dislike you till I got to know you.
Yeah, I kind of felt the same way about you, Tommy.
I'm gonna say some LolCow stuff here. If you guys
go
ready for it.
What's with this?
People hate fat people to the point that it's almost like at the level of racism. Like, somebody can like look at another culture.
You're
like,
embarrassing.
I'm dead serious.
Stop it.
Like, take an old Southern man.
God, you're embarrassing.
Like the Muslim culture. And he sits there and watches Fox News, and he's upset. He's got the Israel flags on the back of his truck. People hate fat people with that same vitriol.
Oh my god.
I think there is a lot of vitriol there, and I think one of the things that makes it
I think that is the stupidest thing Boogie has ever said. Holy actual fuck. Wings, Jesus, what are you doing? Bro, God, you were doing so well until you said something that fucking stupid. People are racist against fat. It's like Boogie. Does anyone remember Roe versus Wade? When Roe versus Wade happened, Boogie was making TikToks saying like, they're clamping down on women's rights, and the next one they're going for is us fat people. Conservatives hate us fat people. They're coming for us. They're after us. They hate us just like they hate women having autonomy over their bodies. They hate that we have autonomy over our bodies and made ourselves fat. They're coming for us next. That is literally what Boogie was fucking saying. Insane shit like that. Holy actual shit. Yeah, Wings is making a comeback. Wings is like, hey, don't you fucking dare call me not a lol guy. This is stupid. Yeah, people make fun of you for being fat. Yeah, boo-hoo. They don't hate you. It's not racism. Racism was where you like hate someone based on their race. Like, no one hates you for you being fat. They might make fun of you. It might be something to poke fun at or joke about or something like that. But are we doing racism now, father? Yes. I love that line. There's nothing I like more than the end of it when like the Chinese family comes back so he can apologize to him, and he's got that tiny little square. He's accidentally doing the racist, like the Hitler speech to them out the window. That's Father Ted. If anyone hasn't seen it, Father Ted is the best thing Ireland has ever produced.
In their minds is they're like, look, they chose this. They're the ones who put the cheeseburgers in their face every day.
That's
like,
true.
and that's not entirely untrue, right?
Yeah, they're true. It literally is true.
At the end of the day, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's weird. Hating anything part of your personality. That's weird. Hating like some fat guy you saw on the internet once. Like that's what I'm gonna do. Like I'll tell you a perfect example. This last Saturday.
Oh my God,
me
no!
and Desi were celebrating our anniversary week.
Our anniversary weekend from when we first text. I mean third text. That's what our anniversary is. Not that one, but the other one. I love he's literally claiming his anniversary is the third time they text each other, even though they didn't start dating for 5 months afterwards until she was 20.
Again, 1 year of talking, right? We started talking in November last year.
Which is not 1 year of talking because the first message due in February 2022.
November 10th of last year. And so we're celebrating, and we're not doing anything lavish. We're not going to like Disneyland or anything, but like I bought her Starbucks, I bought her little stuffed animal, stuff like that, And
he's obsessed with the fucking Starbucks thing because when people kept making fun of him because she's like, like people saying, she's a sugar baby. He's like, I get her gifts, but I only get her Starbucks, and that's literally all I buy. He literally, he thinks that it can't be like fucking a sugar baby because he only gets her Starbucks. He seriously brings up Starbucks every fucking time.
her favorite shows, and she checks Instagram when we get home, and this guy said some awful shit to her on Instagram. And I said to her, because she's normally pretty numb to this stuff, but I saw an opportunity to make a joke. I'm like, that's some fucking incel behavior. Like on Saturday night, me and her out.
Oh my god, Boogie's lit. I love Wings brought up earlier on, and so Boogie's just leech onto it that everyone who's criticizing them is like an incel. And it's like, Boogie, you're the one who had to pay women to spend time with you, and you're out here calling anyone a fucking incel. When you're sitting there talking about your wife like stealing half your money and how she was like basically abusive to you and shit like that, and then like paying women to even like spend time with you, and how you deserve to sleep with the most attractive women who exist, and you have the fucking gall to call anyone a fucking incel, bro.
Fun, watching shows, eating good food, enjoying each other's company, and this motherfucker is at home on Instagram.
Well, Ethan spent more on spilt liquor than you did on spilt shoes.
I'm telling bitch how ugly he thinks they are, or whatever, right? Like you are a sad sack motherfucker. If that's how you spend your Saturday.
I can honestly say I've never sent another man's woman a hate message in my life.
Yeah, no shit, man.
I have.
You Boogie, you literally did last fucking week. That's what the drama was about. You literally did last week with fucking Mudahar's wife. You were sitting there fucking bitching to Mudahar's wife, you fucking incel.
Tell
me, Tommy. Tell me about it.
I told Lanisa Jones she's a I don't know.
Yeah, I just think at the end of the day, like hating stuff as your personality. I get mad at Magic the Gathering, but I love Magic the Gathering. I get mad about video games, but I love video games, right?
I watched your video game video. I watched your last video on the awards.
Thank you, man. That was, I was afraid to touch that topic a little bit because I think.
Oh, is the last like 10 minutes of him ranting about the Harry Potter game getting snuffed because for some reason he made the Harry Potter game part of his like brand, even though it was like a shroom thing happened and he was like totally cured, and then he spent like the next 2 weeks arguing about wanting to play Harry Potter.
J.K. Rowling is like very polarizing, and
yeah, that's the thing that bothered me about it. Because he's like, I don't like her either. You know, I mean,
well, I don't. I've never met J.K. Rowling. I've never spent time around J.K. Rowling, and I don't really give a fuck about her opinions or her herself. Right?
That's what you should say in the video. You made that's the problem.
I did. I literally said. I literally did.
Mistaken. You were I
literally did. I never did, but I literally did.
He wouldn't like her either, or something like that. Man,
no, I said say whatever you want to about her, and I'll probably agree with you. That's specifically.
Yeah, that's what you said. That's what you said.
Which is very fancy.
And
so that's not a neutral statement, though.
Right, like at the end of the day,
the neutral statement. I don't know nothing about this, but I know it's controversial.
Let's take her example. Okay, I have a trans friend. Her name is Emily. I care about her very much. Okay, and Emily has said, "I want you to use Emily as my name," and I call her Emily, right? And she's like, "I want you to use female pronouns," and I will do that. I don't give a fuck. If you want me to call you him, he, she, they, them, zer, I don't give a fuck. I'll just do it, right? J.K. Rowling is not that person, maybe. And that's J.K. Rowling's opinion. The listener who's listening to right now might say, you're a fool for using those pronouns. You're a fool for using that name.
If he goes into this thing where he doesn't mind what other people feel, I will remind everyone that I have like an hour-and-a-half long video that is about a third dedicated to Boogie's massive freakout last October because McJuggernuggets said, Jeffrey Saxon, Jeffrey Dahmer, that. An hour and a half because of that. Because he said, you deliberately misgendered her by using her dead name, and went nuts about it. That, Biggie goes on to say here that he doesn't care what other people's opinion are. I will point to that video as an argument.
I don't give a shit. You don't have to. You do.
He doesn't give a shit, and you do what you want to do. Guys, go watch that video if you haven't already. It's the fucking clusterfuck McJuggernuggets video. I'm not getting paid anything from it. It was being demonetized since like the day it came out because like it's all about trans people and killing themselves and fucking molestation and fucking hookers and period blood and stuff like that. Crazy.
What you want to do, and I'm going to do what I want to do. What pisses me off in the point of the video is I don't give a fuck about J.K. Rowling's opinions. I give a fuck about the fact that a video game that hundreds of people that worked on, skilled, they made a good game, an 84. It got a fucking 84. 8.4 out of 100. Okay? And that is a good score, and it is a good fucking game. And the audience scores liked it too, and it's not nominated for a single fucking award, and that is bull.
Well, she should have said they damn. Yeah, Boogie, what the f***? She has people good.
I don't know. I said I put it on the fucking... I don't blame the Game Awards for not wanting to touch this shit with a 10-foot pole, but I still think it sucks that hundreds of developers...
Obviously, they I'm sure I'm already demonetized. Let's check, boys. I'm sure they didn't want to touch it because, like, they'll probably get boycotted. Like, and it's just as simple as that. They probably would get boycotted, and that is just it, you know? Like, I get that. I always made the point that I always found it bizarre because, like, people wanted to do a boycott thing, and they were going after, like, Japanese VTubers who don't even know what the drama is. You know, they don't know anything about the drama, and there are people like going like, I really liked Mio, I really liked Muna, but they're gonna play that game. I can't watch them anymore. It's like, bro, they're Japanese. They don't speak a fucking word of English. They have no idea what you're talking about. And people were losing their shit and like fucking like trying to spam them and get them taken down and stuff like that. And it's like, bro, that's a bit much. So even like the Japanese anime girls can't escape it. Of course, the Video Game Awards won't want to include that game because they'll probably get boycotted.
Who made a really good game don't get the opportunity to stand. I've been to the Game Awards. Think about how fucking lowly it is to go to the Game Awards. That I've been invited to the Game Awards. I got to stand on the fucking stage. I got a fucking award.
But Biggie, this is back when you thought you were like the greatest person you ever existed, and you still kind of do. But this is back when you publicly claimed repeatedly you were like the greatest person you ever existed. Stop trying to be like, well, if someone as lowly as me can come up, okay, calm down.
Okay, so if that's how low the bar is for the Game Awards, you're not letting these 100 fucking developers in? Fuck you. That's fucked. And that's the point of the video.
I think if you made like LA, but you didn't make that video. You made a
I did.
Video.
That's exactly what I said.
Nah, that video was not.
I said I don't get. Well, yeah, I didn't say it.
I haven't watched it yet because I'm still trying to debate if I'm going to do like a November recap. So I haven't watched any of his recent video game coverage. I have a couple of his like live streams like downloaded, so I might watch it through. But the thing is, if he just starts like actually being like a normal human being and is able to just like sit there and talk about like video game stuff like passively, and it's like, okay, cool, bro, 100%, just work away, just cool, I guess, good for him, you know?
Wait, because this is not.
You gave the Mr. Rogers take on it.
Yeah, you did.
That's because that's how I actually feel. I'm hyping this up. I'm trying to give this show what the show likes. But how I actually feel about it is, I just feel bad.
Oh, you're fully shit.
More people keep showing up to the videos if you gave this boogie out.
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, I don't want to be disingenuous just for views. I'm just going to tell the way I feel.
He doesn't want to be disingenuous. Guys, mark that on the calendar. He doesn't want to be disingenuous for views.
I think you're being genuine. Well, actually, it's really tough to tell. You are such a lying second.
Yeah.
You're probably right. I don't know. What's the real you? That's a good question.
The real me is I'm mostly just worried about my health and my relationship and my finances
I don't care
right
about
now.
that.
I'm really worried about this bad cancer day. You know, the day that totally stopped the second I started talking to you guys.
The real you in the opinion. What's the real you in the videos?
The real me in this opinion is it sucks that the Game Awards snubbed that game, and those developers are not going to get invited there.
But all the emotion that you just showed is just complete bullshit. That's just for this show.
I mean, I guess some.
Oh my god, he literally had to sit there and go like, oh shit, fuck, what personality am I going for here? One sec, guys. Literally had to sit there and fucking consider his answer on like, what is your actual opinion?
Like I feel that way, but I don't really feel the need to express it that way all the time.
Jesus
in this
Christ.
room, where we're all yelling at each other the entire time. Fuck it, I'll scream in here too.
So you just
kind of. I don't scream in my real life. I don't know if you know that about me.
Unless there's a woman nearby and they slightly annoy me like Lucy Fox.
Southerners don't scream as much, I know.
Yeah, I'm not a big scream guy. I will tell you this, and I didn't want to talk about this before the podcast is over with. A lot of people saw that clip of fucking Keemstar screaming at me.
It was great.
And I don't ever want to defend Keemstar, right? But I will tell you this. I have screamed at Keemstar as many times as he screamed at me. That's kind of the relationship we've had for a long time. Okay?
Okay. So you've just gone back on your point. I don't scream at people, but I did scream at this person. But I don't scream at anyone else. Mainly women. Mainly like Lucy Fox, who accused me of screaming in her face. But, I don't.
So, I don't know. I'm one of the very few people in the room that Keemstar will let scream at him. He mostly just laughs while I'm doing it, if I'm being honest with you.
He'll let scream at him. Oh, my God. Because Boogie's such a badass. Keem and Boogie... Boogie earned his respect, so Keem allows him to scream at him. No, it's because you're like his prime cut LolCow and he keeps you around because you're just so much of a fucking loser that when the Frank Haas situation happened, one of the first things he did was send the Ring doorbell footage to Keemstar.
But when this Desi happened over the summer, I called him up and I'm like, you've known since June. Like you fixed this shit, man. And so at the end of the day, and also, if I'm crawling around on all fours...
That was great.
...for a podcast, that's obviously meant to be fun. Number one, I didn't think the world was going to see it.
Yeah, I know you did. By the way...
I didn't think the world was going to see it. Can we not?
Thank you. My wife's ashamed of me about what I do for a living. Like
Christ.
But she's generally ashamed of me, right? But
did she got a kick out of that?
Well, no, because some people think it's fake, and I said Boogie's way too stupid to do something that creative, right? So I basically I got my iPad and I said, babe, we're gonna go through this together, and I'm just gonna scroll down, and then the audio back and forth, and I just played the one audio take for you, and then when he yells at you to get on all fours, and then I turn the thing around, I turn the iPad around, and I gave her the biggest laugh when you were doing that.
Yeah.
So I got to kind of thank you.
That was the point of it. It was supposed to make the people in that chat laugh.
Yeah.
That was
at the end of the day, Keemstar was going to...
I love no matter what Boogie does, because firstly, like, when I saw it, I literally said it was obviously fake, because it was obviously fake. But it's just such a Boogieism. Anytime anything happens that ever makes him look bad, it's been Andy Kaufman, that was sarcasm, that was obviously a joke, guys, that was a skit, guys, I don't know how anyone... It's weird that no one ever understands your skits. It's almost like you're not very funny.
Hire me or he wasn't. That video wasn't going to make the difference. I did it because I wanted to make everybody in that room laugh.
You totally made me.
Yeah, for 82, it makes it
but
weirder when like they're constantly leaking DMs from this private group chat, private in mass quotation marks, which is one of the reasons why I feel this is kind of getting a wee bit obviously fake. When you have Big Me, I didn't think anyone was going to see that. Oh no! It's like you did because I've leaked like every other DM at that point. So.
Oh well, yeah, for like that leaking.
Finish this pod. Let's finish this pod.
Yeah, thank God. Please finish
it. You ready? Did you and Muda make up in DMs?
We talked a little bit. I don't think Muda's ever. No, I don't think we're make out or make up. I don't think we'll ever fully make up. Okay. I think he'll always dislike me quite a bit, but it does seem like he just wants me to get better.
I'm not mad at you. Everything's good, buddy, on both ends.
Yeah, dude, you're exactly right. Yeah.
No,
it was just
nothing like that. I don't plan to say anything like that.
What was in those DMs between you and him?
The DMs basically were. I mean, you saw them. They're in the group chat.
No, didn't you? No. The ones recently. Ones after the show yesterday.
I said, hey man, I just thought it was really nice of you to do that, and it's nice to see. You know, I know you've been really mad at me for a while, but it's nice to see that you don't always feel that way.
When I thought you didn't watch the cast.
You literally just caught yourself in a lie. You pretended you never fucking saw it.
You didn't watch the last one?
No, I said that last night after the conversation in the group chat.
All right, and he said, and that was in the group chat?
No, I then DM'd him after the group chat.
Oh my God, he caught himself in such a fucking lie. Jesus Christ. Why are you so bad at everything you do? Everything! I didn't think there's going to be this level of weaponized autism pointed at me. Bro, it's fucking like 1 a.m. here. I'm sitting drinking a fucking milkshake. I'm not even fucking 80% here anymore. And I'm sitting picking up on shit. Tommy C's picking up on shit.
And said, hey man, it was nice of you to show a modicum of kindness in this situation.
Jesus
I appreciate
Christ, embarrassing.
Why are you guys making up in private? Did you learn anything from Rich?
You want people.
At the end of the day, man, I don't.
Like, I'm not just mad at you. I'm mad at him too. You know, everybody's talking out there.
Rich is a master manipulator.
I mean,
like, I'm still mad at Rich for backing out
Rich
the
was
fight.
high as and Boogie and him just went up.
And yeah,
over there
he's just gonna let.
Look, I know you said that you're not a big fan of me solving personal things on the off the podcast, okay? But part of this is personal. If Muda still wants to come in here in the next episode, I'm excited to talk to him, and he can call me every day.
You want Muda on the next episode?
If that's what he wants to do, then that's what I guess we'll have to do.
Oh my God! You seriously go like, let's end the live stream. Oh, actually, wait. Before we end the podcast, let's set up the next episode. What happens if Mudahar happens to come on? Did we seriously just... It felt like they were literally about to end it, and then for some reason they brought up this fucking, like, these DMs to try and hint that Mudahar's coming on next week for the confrontation. Oh, God, that's... Bros, come the fuck on. You could have at least made that, like, slip in more naturally.
Right?
Do it. I don't know.
But at the end of the day, like, I'll go round and round for entertainment value all you guys want. But at the end of the day, there are some things I'm going to take.
I'm at the point where I don't think there is any entertainment value in Boogie. I'm like, maybe it's because I've seen like a lot of his content recently, but I really don't think there's any entertainment value in Boogie like at all right now. Like, because the only entertainment value like we have is like sitting here just picking apart his lies. I think that's pretty much it. You know. And as just like a normal person who doesn't have weaponized autism, you know, I don't think it would really matter for them. But like a normal member of the public, a normal dude just watching this, what entertainment are you getting from Boogie's 20-minute long story about wanting to off himself?
Care of in my personal life.
Don't do that shit with Rich again.
I think the fans should decide.
Yeah, me too.
3,000 likes, we'll get Muda and Boogie in here next episode.
But I'm not saying I'm sure Mudahar still has a bone to pick with me, and I'm sure he will.
You guys got to stop going to Rich, the both of you. And work on this podcast. Give it away all the drama.
I mean, I went to Rich. I wasn't expecting Muda to come into that stream. I went to Rich's because I was there to promote the doc. I was there to promote the doc. You know?
Sure.
Yeah, and then you should have dipped out.
I should have.
Got some blood.
You should have called it.
I'm autistic. Leave me alone, Trey. That's what's up, Tubes. Oh my Christ. Yeah.
It will not happen again.
Muda says he would respect you more if you called him a dirty Indian.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I guess. Yeah. Sure. Okay.
Let's do it.
Mudahar, you are a dirty Indian.
All right, there you go.
Let's not. Boogie. No. Let's not go there.
How about smelly? Say, call him a smelly Indian.
I don't know. That seems a little too racist even for me.
Let's keep the podcast.
Yeah, I think that seems a little too racist even for me.
Why the fuck is Wings like the sensible one here? Like Boogie's stupid enough to have taken Tommy C's bait, and fucking Wings is the one saving it.
All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the LolCow podcast. Big thank you to Boogie and Wings of Redemption, and we'll see you all real soon. So take care. Immediately
he goes fucking stone-faced again. Like, literally the second the podcast over, he's like, I'm done. Whatever. Instantly. I don't know, what do we feel? I'm gonna do a poll. Oh my God, hello. Hey, Chonker. I put my foot on my footrest and Chonker's just hiding under my fucking table. Hey, dude. Okay, we'll do a poll. So pretty much better than the first episode. First episode. I'm trying to type around. I'm also ordering with my computer. I'm getting a new desk, and I'm also getting my stand. He got me a subscriber. Better than the first episode. Yes. No. Here we go. I'm getting an arm for my microphone, so my microphone's actually above me now, so it's not sitting between me and my keyboard. So, what do we guys think? Do we think it was better than the first episode or worse than the first episode? I think it was better because like the first episode was so highly based on the documentary that because I'd seen so much about the documentary, I didn't find it overly fun. This had better moments. Wings talk more, which is obviously a lot better. Wings' ending himself story was. I think if someone listened to that, they could find it like they could understand it and find it maybe a wee bit inspirational because they can actually think and realize something about themselves there. Boogie's just obviously then having let me one-up it and talk about a Ricky Gervais show I once watched. That kind of boring shit. I think Tommy still let Boogie away with a lot of things. I think Tommy generally doesn't understand human emotions sometimes. It's all like, he said he hates you, but he wants to help you. That doesn't make sense, that kind of shit. What are we saying here? What are we saying for the poll? Okay, we got about, I'll just end it here, because why not? I want to do a 1 minute poll. So we're getting, about a 70%, 71% said it was better than the first episode, and 28%, somehow that math works out, said that it's worse. Tommy's kind of autistic. So yeah, that's going to be, about it. I think we're going to wrap up the stream here. I didn't want us to go for 3 hours, but I feel like I had a lot to talk about. So yeah, that's fine. I thought Tommy was a vet. Yeah, he is, yeah. How can we let Boogie talk about PTSD so much? The thing is, he called during his own video where he's talking about how difficult Boogie was. He did call him out on the PTSD thing, but it just seems he's like kind of backed off and eased off on that. A lot of it, unfortunately, still feels fake. This Mudahar thing at the end feels like really fake to try and drum up hype for the next episode, which I'm not overly fussed about. But yes, guys, going to end the stream here. Have a good one. Take care of yourself. Thank you for everyone watching.